Hey Tea Sippers, happy Sunday. Happy Sunday to you. How you doing? How you doing, baby? Whew. Lord, if it ain't one thing, it is absolutely another. At what time is 2? I be trying to chill. Can y'all tell? It just ain't no chilling with this. And heck, in a minute, the Dolph part 2 of the Dolph case. Young Dolph, may he rest in peace. Yesterday was Mo 3, Melvin Noble's heavenly birthday. Yeah, but Dolph case is about to start next month with Quet, Hernandez Scovan. I'm going to have to tap into that. Lord, if it ain't one thing, it is absolutely another. Do we need the Lord today? AunTeaFee is toward. And I probably should have took another vitamin today, huh? Baby, listen. Trying to grab this. Why they y'all telling on each other all of a sudden? Why the freaks come out at night? The freaks came out in June. The freaks came. Or maybe last month. The end of that. Baby, why they telling on each other? Why? Now, I figured out why Suge Knight was saying Diddy need to walk. Yeah. I said this last week. You want him to walk because the same thing Diddy was doing, hell, you was doing too. All y'all, but who I forgot to include in this, you know, y'all already know how I feel about Jay-Z. It's just a matter of time for his name come up and him in the beehives. Lord, girl, I hope you not who they say you are in this type of cult activity. I am convinced, or I'm getting more and more convinced, that this is like a hip-hop, a hip to the hip-hop, you know? Like, this is a cult. I heard somebody make mention a rite of passage, you know, and then the African boom bada, you know. I am really beginning to think that this is a rap, hip-hop cult. And I don't know how else to put it. I don't know how else to say it other than organized hip-hop. It did not start. Let me say this. For the people who think I'm hard on Diddy. I'm hard on any predator. Maybe I need to say it like that. Where is it at? Down here. AunTeaFee, she hard on predators, period. Male, female, grown-ups, kids. Baby, I don't care who you are. I'm going to check that. And I'm going to talk about it. Because I'm speaking for the people who have not reached the point of comfortability where they feel like they can talk about it. Shout out for Cassie, who got there. Now, I don't know if it was because the feds was finna to make her a co-conspirator. I heard Roger, maybe I have time to play it, but I don't intend to be here long on this one. Roger Bonds said that he felt like it was her husband. And what he said made absolutely all the sense to me. When you have somebody who says, tell me everything. Everything. The good, the bad, your part, they part. Tell me everything. And if you're honest and you tell me everything, I will have your back. We will get through this together. I'm solid with you. That right there, and believing it, not just saying it, but believing it, helping me, supporting me, is enough to make somebody say, I can do this. And that's kind of what Roger Bonds was saying. That's how he felt like Cassie got to this point. I believe that. I believe that. So that means that anything somebody tell you I did, whether I did it or not, you're going to stay solid behind me. You're not going to believe that bullshit, because I done already told you what I did. And some of it, I was a willing participant. I thought he loved me. And, had I not experienced real love, that's all I had. Which was only her love for him. Because all that act like his feelings was hurt, his feelings was hurt because his porn star and his hooker was gone. And he didn't have nobody else that was just lined up at that time that was just going to fill in the blanks and be willing to do that like she was, because she was young and dumb. He knew that. He groomed her for that. So when he said that, that made sense to me. So when I'm listening past that, because I just recently was listening to that, but I'm trying to figure out, why they coming out the woodworks, baby, because they don't know what's coming. And Shuge is adamant about saying he ain't the only one. Now, I don't know why he decided to turn on his partner. At one point, they was partners, Ray J and Shuge. At one point, when he got locked up, they not letting him out. They was cool. He was acting in charge of Death Row. What happened? What made him throw Ray J up under the bus as far as Frankie and Johnny was lovers? I shouldn't have said that. Woo, what is his J for? Ray J, what is the J? Oh, Junior. Frankie and Junior was lovers. Woo. And so here go AunTeaFee. Sometimes I can be a little, is that naive, or I don't know what it's called. Sometimes when I try to make excuses for people, in a playful adult way. Here I go. Maybe he meant Stevie J. Y'all hit the like button. Come on in so I can get out. Dang, I hate when they go out. Maybe he meant Stevie. As Jocelyn Hernandez would say, Stevie. Maybe he meant Stevie J, not Ray J. You know what I mean? But he meant Ray J. So now I'm finding Ray J saying so since we talking about it, since we putting it out there, since you want to snitch on my behind the AunTeaFee. I can't say behind. I can't say he getting it for. Stop. since you want to tell my behind the scenes activities, my extracurricular activities, see, I'm really beginning to believe on my smarter side of my brain, one of them left brain dominant, right brain. You know what I'm talking about. That these men who be having problems with these women is because they front girls. They for pictures only, for the sake of. Cause you really into men, allegedly. You know what I mean? Now I'm not saying that these modern women ain't quick with the lips, smart mouth, kind of too aggressive. Cause Lord in heaven knows I they want respect but not respectful. They want to be classy but old-ish. You know, I don't get that. You know, maybe I'm too old school, but baby, I ain't saying that sometimes that's not the case, because it is. But a lot of you men aren't really into women. Y'all really are into men. Now I don't know if they have allegedly been tampered with or turned out. I can believe that. I believe some of them came in the industry straight and got turned out. That's a part of the, what did I hear, rites of passage. That's cultish to me. That's cultish. So, they starting there on that. They finna out everybody, I believe. If they done seen them at, whether it's a freak off, a white party, or Suge Knight, West Coast party. Cause now let me pause. As far as Dr. J, before I knew any of this type stuff, I had some associates. At that time, I classified them as friends. That was from LA. By way of Fort Worth. Or were they from Fort Worth? Anyway. And they knew a lot of them. They went to that school where a lot of them went to. She knew him. They knew a lot of them. They knew what's the little guy? I can't think of his name, because they was real cool with him. And they was listed on somebody's album as dancers. But anyway, long time ago, she told me that they went to a party. That Dr. Dre was giving in the hotel. And he had ordered some strippers. And she said that when he opened the door and the strippers was there, he said, "Who sent y'all? I ain't ordered no O's. Who sent these itches?" And I said, no, very naive at that time. I can't remember what year we worked together. This was every bit of 20 years ago, if memory serves me correctly. So when she said that, I said, "What? You lying?" She said he went off after the fool about he didn't order no female strippers. He ordered men. He didn't want no O's there. And shit he can do with an O. Now, I don't know if I even cared. Was I shocked? Yeah. I wish I could tell y'all what year this actually was that she told me this. Was I shocked? Yeah. Did I believe her? Yeah. I don't know why I believed her, but I believed her. And guess what? AunTeaFee did. I parked it. So every time I hear about him with men, it registers what was said that day. So when this stuff is coming about, and I'm hearing that even his wife was staged, he was really into somebody else, and they told him it wasn't a good look for death row, and they staged a female for marriage for him. I can believe that. I can believe it. But anyway, yeah. So I knew this a long time ago. I just didn't know where to place it, if that makes sense. You know, it's just like, what do you do with that? What is that? Do people know why they listening to his rap? You know, then it went into the Easy-E and all that type of stuff. So, yeah. And she knew him personally. They used to hang out at the studio with him. And they used to dance in some videos. What's that? Poison. One of them was in that Poison video a long time ago. Belle Biv DeVoe or New Edition. They went way back with him. And Inez J. I can't remember why. And also, just because it's coming back to my head, the Jamie Foxx show, the little short, dark-skinned guy. It's not Inez J, but it's something like that. They know him personally too. All of that. But anyway, so we're going to tap into it because what looks like is happening, even with the East Coast, West Coast beef, they were still doing the same, damn near exact same thing. So did Puffy get it from Clive? Or is it because some of the pissing on folk and all of that type stuff, hell, it sounded like they was doing that on the West Coast too. They was doing it on the West Coast too. Some of the same stuff that Diddy was doing. Now, I don't know about the pills and the dragging women, but they passed women around and they did some of the same stuff on the West Coast as Diddy was doing. So that makes sense for me when I'm hearing Suge Knight saying he should walk. Yeah. I said that before this stuff started connecting. You feel like that because hell, the same stuff he did and was doing, y'all was doing. You was doing. At that time, I said Suge was doing. I had forgot all about Dr. Dre. And who else? Well, yeah, y'all know how I feel about Jay-Z. It's just a matter of time. Mm-hmm. I sure hope Yo Gotti give up Jay-Z. Baby, I hope Yo Gotti give up Jay-Z. Mm-hmm. Because he always tied some shape, form, or fashion. He is always a common denominator. Always. Appears that way. Hell, I thought Jay Prince was bad as a higher up. Jay-Z bad. It appears that Dr. Dre done simmered down. But we finna tap into it because his name show came up. And it sounds like, y'all ready for tea? Ooh, I need a teacup today, baby. He booty bop. Somebody on Bad Boy slipped up and let some chick bring him to a death row party. I'm like, dude, did you not know where you were at? When you saw where you at, you didn't, oh, did he try to leave? Oh, he ran the wrong way. They beat him, so they say, allegedly. They beat that ass. Snoop was like, nah, dog, we don't have to do that. Somebody said something about tagging that tail. And he said, Andre said, I'll tap it. So in my mind at first, when I was listening to it, I was saying, who, Andre, for real? Because I'm thinking, Diddy. Because I believe he done tapped that before. Because he kept saying, Andre. Then he said, Dre. I said, ooh, Dr. Dre tapped that ass in front of all of them. So y'all know he like that. Y'all ready to go in? That's what we finna talk about today. I believe they cultish. And why y'all all okay with it? Why do all these men justify this? And then turn right around and go home to a female. Turn right around and go home to the female. And then this morning I'm waking up to seeing these cases of AIDS, what they had say, house in Virginia, the initial H, house in Virginia, V, yeah, because y'all doing all this trifling type stuff. That's why I tell y'all, they're bros before O's. Baby. You talking about I need to give me a red flag so I can wave me a red flag, baby. When I start hearing that, that means you undercover. To me. Now, I may be absolutely wrong. I may be wrong. I will acknowledge that. But in my mind, hi Chris, in my mind, I'm parking that. Bros before O's. So you dating, y'all dating on the cool, y'all sit all on the sofa together playing games and all kneecap to kneecap, and where you at? I'm with my homie, and then the female be thinking, oh, my husband, he don't cheat on me. He only be looking at the other woman. He sure don't. Hey, Nola girl, no, he sure don't. He ain't into her. You are absolutely right. You are right. Who he be with all the time? He be hanging out with his homies. They go on trips and stuff together. All men. Yeah, okay. Nah, boo. If I can't go, okay, let's set a ground. Let's set it down. We don't need no all girl trip, and you don't need no all boy trip. We need friends that we can all go out and go out of town together. Like-minded. Them the type of relationship friends we need. Yeah. And any dude that's gonna listen to his dude. Now, I'm not saying if people ain't having problems. I'm just saying on a regular, you value your homeboy more than you value your girl. That's a problem. That's a problem for me. Hold on, y'all. I'm finna get this set up. That is a problem for me. And the more I hear this type of stuff that has just been sitting for years, this type of shit been going on for years. Yeah. Because this ain't new. It's when I hear old girl in my head. This was a long time ago. I know. Ooh. I was living in Las Colinas at that time. I know this was 20 years ago. This had to have been in the 2000s, early 2000s. Had to. Anyway, this type of stuff been going on. But the average person didn't know it. We just buying music, listening, jamming, just, you know. They've been having these parties, beating on women, loving on the guys. Beating on women, loving on the guys. And then thinking about Cassie, and you wonder why when she's saying, y'all just gonna sit here and watch this and ain't nobody gonna do nothing? They don't care about females. They don't care. He really not into you no way. That's how they looking at it. And it's sad to say that, but that's what that is. And if we thinking that they ain't putting hands on their females, we in for a rude awakening. We are in for a rude awakening. I'm trying to get to the first one I listened to, because I done been listening to them. I intended to come out early today because it was two topics I wanted to talk about with this. But the more I listen to these in the closet ass men that beat women like they dudes, even when they ain't fighting back, even when they not fighting back. So what you beating her for? What you beating her for? You really don't like folk. And then you hear him talking about Diddy used to put hands on his mama. I can see that. I can see that. Because he has no respect for women. And baby, we don't want to talk about that baby girl. If y'all knew how many thumbnails I got already sitting here waiting. Waiting. And that baby girl is one of them. I don't trust Diddy with no female. Old, young, I just do not. He's sick in the head. And this sounds more like a cult to me. For real. When you start listening to why people can't leave, you know, why he go and get them and bring them back. When I listen, even when people trying to debate why she didn't leave, hell, are y'all crazy? I don't care if she tried to leave one time. She tried to leave. And then we hear other times she in the bushes saying shh, running away from him. They broke up. She started dating somebody else. He finds out. He blowing up everybody's phone. He don't know where she at. So they go to him. I'm finna unalive him. Y'all broke up. You dating somebody else. What difference does it make? And people started saying, well, why you didn't leave? Well, hell, when she did, y'all still acting like she never left. She don't get credit for nothing. She don't get credit when she stayed. All y'all gonna talk about is when she stayed. Y'all never gonna acknowledge the fact that yes, she did try to leave. What does that mean to you when you hear, when you see she was leaving? She grabbed her bag. She didn't want to do that freak off that day. She was leaving. He drug her back. Security came, made excuses for him, covered it up for him. He say he didn't take the bag, but the bag was offered. And when nothing happened, what do you think registered in her mind? That people was gonna believe her? Yeah, y'all. Anyway, let's get to this. Let's get to this, because I don't understand how y'all think. I absolutely do not understand how y'all think. I got so much right here. I'm trying to get to the first one. Ooh, baby. I ain't gonna talk about that yet. Y'all, come on, get my likes up. Okay, they going up. Come on. Do I want to start with Dr. Dre first? Lord. I'm going to start with the cult. Let's start with the cult, y'all. Let's start with the cult. Y'all ready? Let's go in.
A message. And that message can be adopted over a group of people. And from that group of people, once the message is basically just an emotional statement, once that message is shared with that group of people, each individual in the group is now hearing the message multiple times over, not just from the source, but from the other people in the group, right? This is a fantastic example of this is whenever you go to like a local restaurant, when you find like a local haunt, because you love it. Everybody else who's in the restaurant, guess what they're thinking? They love being in the restaurant. So then when you tap somebody on the shoulder, like, hey, isn't this the best coffee? Hey, isn't that the best pie? Hey, isn't this the best steak you've had in a while? Of course they're all going to agree with you.
I haven't watched this all. We watching this together.
That outside perspective is what tells you if you're actually dealing with something that's quantifiably or objectively better, which is why we all trust reviews of restaurants online more than we trust individuals who just say, oh, you should check out that restaurant. Nowadays, somebody's like, oh, you should check out that Greek restaurant down the street. You're like, oh, I will. Google map, check that restaurant. Oh, it's only got 3.2 stars? That lady didn't know what she was talking about. That's how we work now, because we trust an outside opinion more than a micro opinion inside the community.
I think that might also be then why cults work, right? Because you've got 10, 20, maybe 100 people all saying exactly the same thing to you. And so it's not just hearing from one leader, it's hearing from their followers as well.
So let's just take everything we've talked about and apply it to a cult, because it's super valuable to understand how cults are developed. A cult is a perfect example of know, like, trust happening in real time. You don't even know the cult exists at first, right? And honestly, you might meet a member of the cult before they say the cult's name at all. So you meet somebody who's already part of an organization that has an ideological belief system that is not in line with best interests of health or mental health or physical health or even social norms. So somehow you come to know of a person who's connected to that ideology. And then as you like that person more and more, you essentially fall into trust with that person. And then what do? They introduce you to the cult. So now you've fallen into trust with a person. Now you know about the cult. And you like the cult a certain amount. Why? Because you like the person. Right? It's Greek Orthodox, just like you said. Right? So now you're like, well, I'll give this thing a chance because, Jim likes it, so I might as well give it a chance. And then once you're inside that cycle, then the cult is a giant organism that's designed to basically fulfill the needs of the right target of people, the right age, the right life experience, the right whatever. And and cults are a unique case because they're totally happy to let the wrong people out, right? So as soon as somebody comes in and they're like, you guys, this is a cult. Everybody in the cult says, no, it's not. You're an asshole. So why don't you leave? So then all the people who know what it is get kicked out, and all the people who believe it's not a cult stay in.
Okay.
And then you have this echo chamber of bad ideas. And once you are part of that cult, you're afraid of being rejected, because if you're rejected from this, you don't belong anywhere else. That's the right kind of person to be targeted for a cult. And you can very quickly see how they fall from like into trust, because they trust that this is where they belong. This is what they deserve. This is their fate. This is their destiny, right? They already had, for the most part, they already had a negative opinion about themselves. They already thought they were an outsider. They already thought they were a reject. This is the place where rejects are accepted. This is where I belong. Even if I don't like it, even if it's weird, even if it's what my parents told me not to do, if this rejects me, then I'm truly rejected. And you can see how it all just...
If you have health insurance, you might be able to see a personal dietitian for $0 out of pocket. Nourish connects you with a dietitian for your needs.
See how it all just... it festers and it lives in that space, and that's why so many cults can be abusive.
It's interesting, actually, as you were talking, it hit me that trust is kind of the poison to gut instincts.
Correct. Gut instincts are something that we train at Everyday Spy. We train people, do not trust your gut instinct. You can't, because your gut instinct is tied to your emotional brain, your right brain. Your right brain is developed by evolution, right? By biology. It's designed to make fast, rapid decisions. Well, the last thing you need is a fast, rapid decision when new information is presented to you. What you need is a slower, more calculated decision. So when your gut instinct kicks in, that gut instinct is based off of right brain thinking. Right brain thinking is shortcut thinking. It's not objective thinking. So while a lot of people out there love to disagree and be like, oh no, I trust my gut. I trust my gut. I trust my gut instinct. You can trust it all you want. Professionals in the field have been trained not to trust their gut instinct. You will not find a Navy SEAL that trusts their gut. You will not find an FBI officer that trusts their gut. They might listen to their instincts and pursue something, like explore something, but that's completely different than making a decision in a lack of information based off of what your gut instinct is.
That's what I was going to ask. Like, if you use it as a source of information, but you don't make decisions based on just that alone.
That's the way to do it. We were talking earlier about trained versus untrained people. What trained people will do is they will understand that there's something catching their attention, right? By biology, it's designed to make fast, rapid decisions. Well, the last thing you need is a fast, rapid decision when new information is presented to you. What you need is a slower, more calculated decision. So when your gut instinct kicks in, that gut instinct is based off of right brain thinking. Right brain thinking is shortcut thinking. It's not objective thinking. So while a lot of people out there love to disagree and be like, oh no, I trust my gut. I trust my gut.
Yeah, okay. So again, I didn't listen all the way through. You know, that's what I typically do. I listen to some part of it and decide if I want me and my tea sippers to listen to it and discuss it. So I do listen to my gut. My gut is my first signal. It's like my first warning. But as he said something just then, I don't remember what part, I said, okay. My gut is my first instinct, yes. But do I move immediately off of my gut? It depends on if what my gut is telling me requires for me to make a quick exit, then yeah, I'm gonna trust my gut. But for the most part, since he said it like that, when my gut kicks in, what I typically do now, I ponder, and then I take it to the Lord. My gut, so I kind of park it. And then I start thinking about it. Never losing sight. Because now that my gut has kicked in, now I'm aware. Right? It's like, so my gut instinct is my red flag. My eyebrows go up. So my gut instinct is my first indication. That's my first warning sign. And then I start paying attention. And then I pray. Yeah. I ask for, God, come on now. I need for you to guide me. Yeah. So let's keep listening.
I trust my gut instinct. You can trust it all you want. Professional instinct. You can't, because your gut instinct is tied to your emotional brain, your right brain. Your right brain is developed by evolution, right? By biology. It's designed to make fast, rapid decisions. Well, the last thing you need is a fast, rapid decision when new information is presented to you. What you need is a slower, more calculated decision. So when your gut instinct kicks in, that gut instinct is based off of right brain thinking. Right brain thinking is shortcut thinking. It's not objective thinking. So while a lot of people out there love to disagree and be like, oh no, I trust my gut. I trust my gut. I trust my gut instinct. You can trust it all you want. Professionals in the field have been trained not to trust their gut instinct. You will not find a Navy SEAL that trusts their gut. You will not find an FBI officer that trusts their gut. They might listen to their instincts and pursue something, like explore something, but that's completely different than making a decision in a lack of information based off of what your gut instinct is.
That's what I was going to ask. Like, if you use it as a source of information, but you don't make decisions based on just that alone.
That's the way to do it. We were talking earlier about trained versus untrained people. What trained people will do is they will understand that there's something catching their attention about a situation. There's something about this that's interesting to me, but why? Remember how I talked about no like trust? When it happens too fast, it's a red flag for CIA officers. That is an aversion.
Yeah, I didn't listen. I didn't know.
Reaction.
Okay, let me
I've trained myself to identify when I like somebody too fast. Do not trust them. I lose nothing by taking an extra 3 weeks before I trust somebody. I don't lose anything, right? But what I do is I take the power away from them to abuse or manipulate me. All the advantage comes to me. So when your gut instinct is there to flag something to your awareness, by all means, trust that something was flagged for a reason.
Okay.
But then explore what that reason was, explore what the reaction is. Do not trust the reaction. Fantastic example, right? When a boy meets a girl for the first time, I mean, it happens in rom-coms all the time. Boy meets girl thinks boy is cute. What's the look on the girl's face when the boy approaches her? She's like, so what does the boy think?
She doesn't like me.
She doesn't like me.
Yeah.
What does the girl think?
Oh God, he's
Why does he like me? Yeah. But the communication is totally off, right? Both gut instincts are wrong. Both gut instincts are wrong, right? So when a boy walks up to a girl and she makes that face of disgust, the boy has to recognize what he just broke through was the no barrier. No like trust. She didn't know he existed before. Now she knows he exists. So she's got to process through that existence. Do I like his hair? Do I like his voice? What is his face? Do I like how close he's standing to me? How do I feel about being approached in this moment? Oh my God, I have morning breath. Oh my God, I just broke up with my other boyfriend, or I'm running late for whatever else, or I have to poop. Who knows what's going through her head, right? If he can just give himself the confidence, confidence man. If a genuine person can just give themselves the confidence to stand in that awkwardness for a few seconds, that woman will process what she needs to process and then have a response, right? Vice versa, the same thing goes with women approaching men or women talking to men. Especially strong women, when strong women approach a man for any reason, to make a purchase, to ask a question, to make a complaint, to make a pass, he's going to do the same thing. He's not accustomed to being approached by strong women. So when he makes that face of disgust, or when he makes that face of surprise, it is not because he's sexist. It is not because, he's masochist or anything else. It could just simply be, this is new. I didn't know you before. You just broke the threshold of no, which means now my brain has to process whether or not I like what's happening. And they very well could like it. You just got to give them a few seconds to process.
Well, there's two scenarios there that I was thinking about when you were talking, because one, it feels like it can be life or death. Like, as a woman, I remember I was 12 years old or something, walking down the street, and I start hearing a car, and it's really slow. And I'm like, maybe they're looking for a house, right? My first thought. Keeps going. It's going at the same pace as me. And so I turn around, and in that moment, I was totally insecure. So it's not like I had the confidence to be like, oh my God, could this be something serious? I was like, okay, I don't want to look stupid and run. Of course, that's my first thought as a kid. Like, I care about what other people think of me. So I'm like, I don't want to look stupid and run. But in that moment, I was like, but even if I'm wrong, I'd rather be alive. And so I just ran. Now, a lot of women have those stories where they're trusting their gut instinct and they just flee. You don't know. To your point, it could be absolute. It's not like I had the confidence to be like, oh my God, could this be something serious? I was like, okay, I don't want to look stupid and run. Of course, that's my first thought as a kid. Like, I care about what other people think of me. So I'm like, I don't want to look stupid and run. But in that moment, I was like, but even if I'm wrong, I'd rather be alive. And so I just ran. Now, a lot of women have those stories where they're trusting their gut instinct and they just flee. You don't know. To your point, it could be absolute nothing. It could be paranoia. It could be, but we don't necessarily have the moment or the time to pause. And in that moment, don't you think it's better to run than to pause, assess if it is a gut instinct, if it's accurate or not?
Yeah, if it's something immediately, I'm gonna trust my gut. I'm out of there.
To be prepared. I'm always one who favors erring in the direction of the most conservative.
Got it. Okay.
Right? Err in the direction of survival. Err in the direction of protection. By all means, yes. There's no reason for you to be unprepared and force yourself to stay in an unprepared situation. So I think what you did was right? If you're uncomfortable, get off the X. That's the term that we use at CIA. Get off the X, because when you're off the X, you have options. Off the X means out of the area of danger. You gain more options by getting out of the area of danger. Staying in the area of danger reduces your options. So by running, you opened up, say, 3 new options, right? Whether or not that was a threat or not, you still gave yourself more options. You were untrained at the time, right? Compare that to a trained person, right? A trained person would have the same experience, the same situation.
Baby, when the hair starts standing up,
recognize that there's
Have y'all ever been in a situation in the hair on your arm stand up, or you get the little bumps, the chill bumps? You look and you have all them little, and your hair is standing up. Oh, baby, I'm out of here. I ain't no doubt about it. I ain't waiting on nothing. I don't know if that's from the left brain dominant or the right. I don't know. But when stuff starts standing up and I get them little bumps on my arms, I'm out of here. Oh, I gotta go. You ain't got. I'm finna go. I'm out of here, baby. Ain't no ifs, ands, and buts about it. I'm out.
Increasing assessment that what's happening right now is not normal. The car coming up, moving at the same pace, being creepy. This is not typical of what I would expect.
And you will process that.
And then you would take specific actions to gain additional assessment while also giving yourself more options.
Exit.
So I'm assuming you were walking on a sidewalk if the car was close to you, right? Perfect time for you to step up a pair of stairs into a doorway. Does it have to be your house? No. But if it's a threat, what's that threat going to think?
It's your house.
Now, when you step up the stairs and go to that door, natural time to look left and look right while you grab the door handle. You don't even have to turn the door handle. And especially as a female, if you do turn a door handle at some stranger's house, you're most likely not going to be perceived as a burglar or somebody breaking and entering. You're going to look like somebody who just walked into the wrong house. Maybe you're confused. Who knows what, right? Maybe you're scared. So by doing that, you've just taken yourself off the X, given yourself more options, and given yourself more information, because you can look around and see what's happening. And now when you look back and what you see is, a minivan with a mom and a dad arguing and 3 loud kids in the back, you're like, oh, they were not about to bug me. But if what you see is some scary car with some scary guy who's staring at you, And driving by, you just got yourself off the X. And even better, you can now make a phone call to friends, family, police, whatever, and you can report an incident that caused you concern. When you ran away, you have no way of reporting what you just saw. That same car could have gone another block and a half down, found another woman who was not running away, and made a different decision.
Hopefully they didn't.
I agree.
But no, yeah, you're right.
So when you're trained and when you're untrained, the real difference isn't your survival. You can essentially ensure your survival by playing cautious Betty all the time. You can hide in your basement and keep your survival up high. A trained person recognizes we have a power to fight bad guys. There's a famous saying out there that says that all evil needs to succeed is for good people to do nothing. So when good people are trained to do something and still choose not to use that training, all we're doing is allowing evil to succeed. So we have to constantly exercise what power we have to improve the lives of others. Not because we are morally obligated to others, but because we are morally obligated to fight evil.
God. Okay, so going back to you were saying about the if someone's approaching you, if it's a guy or a girl, and you have a weird look and you're like, oh God, it is counterintuitive to what they're feeling and thinking. So now let's take that. Let's say you've built trust with somebody and they start to show you things that don't align. Let's say they're saying one thing, but their body language is saying the other, or vice versa. What are some signs that we can maybe just look for? If you were to have a polygraph, right? Like if you were a human lie detector, what would you actually be looking for to see if they're lying, or if it's just one of those moments where it's like, no, they're confused of why you're approaching them, and that's why you're seeing those signs?
Really, when it comes to detecting lies, you're looking for 3 different categories. You're looking for a category that we call consistency, which means is their behavior consistent? You're looking for a category we call effort, which means how much effort is going into whatever they're doing or whatever they're saying. And then you're looking for a category of time. How long has passed, right? If there's inconsistent behavior over a long period of time, that can be explainable, right? Today was a good day, tomorrow's a bad day. Women go through a monthly cycle that changes hormonally and changes their behavior hormonally, right? I'm sure you've seen moments where Tom's having a good morning, gets a bad phone call, has a bad afternoon, right? Change over time, right? Inconsistency over time, over long periods of time, is not something to cause you alarm. Inconsistency over short periods of time is. So when you see people who have spikes in happiness, spikes in sadness over a short period of time, it should catch your attention. That should be a sign of disingenuousness, right? Or possible fabrication or lying, right? That's one sign. The other thing to consider is effort. How much effort is going into what somebody is doing? If you see someone doing something that does not take a lot of effort, you can usually err more towards the fact that it's natural for them and you can trust them, or you can like them, moving on the no like trust cycle, because there's very little effort. When you and I have a conversation, it flows because there's very little effort involved. But once we start struggling to talk, then we should be asking ourselves a question like, why is this so hard to talk about? I can almost guarantee you that you can talk about very difficult things with Tom and it's not hard to talk. But it's maybe your mom or your dad or your brothers or your sisters, it's hard to talk to them about easy things because you don't trust them, right? Or they have not earned your trust in that category. So when you've been with somebody for a while, you know what they look like over time. You know what consistent looks like for them. So now what you're looking for is just like chance. Diddy's former change in their consistency, especially a change in a short period of time, and you see what looks like effort, huge red flag that what you're dealing with now is somebody who's becoming more dishonest with you, or possibly somebody who's been dishonest from the beginning, but you weren't aware of the signs yet because you didn't have enough time to capture what we call a baseline of behavior.
Okay, so let me go here. You know what I made mention about not trusting him with his daughters? I went over here to the y'all know I have my sections. Where the good stuff at. Let me cut it back up.
It's true. Maybe that's why, after Kim Porter passed away, her friends and
get back to it. Oh no, that's not it. It's this one.
Family quickly took the twin girls away and placed them under the care of Kim's close friend, LaWanda Lala. Lonito keep them away from Diddy. Did you notice Diddy trying to kiss Chance on the lips? Her facial expression said it all. At the 2023 VMAs, Chance looked visibly nervous even before Diddy got on stages. He didn't even hold Mary J. Blige's hand. When Diddy walked straight up to hug her, Chance turned her head away as if she saw it coming, avoiding the kiss. But Diddy didn't give up. He held her face and leaned in again, but she dodged him once more. Anytime Chance is around Diddy, her body language seems tense. On the Oscars red carpet, the way he looked at her was unsettling, like she was a
yeah.
But when she's
I didn't
interviewed
like
with her twin sisters, she looks much more relaxed, which suggests her tension isn't just about being in public. What's even more disturbing is that Diddy's relationship with his mother has raised eyebrows. He once said his mom is beautiful and single, and then kissed her on the lips mid-sentence. Weirdly, his mom also had white nails just like Chance. Diddy's former bodyguard, Gene Deal, even claimed their relationship was unusual. All of this combined makes people worry about Chance, and her reactions seem to suggest she believes everything her mom said was true. Maybe that's why, after Kim Porter passed away, her friends and family quickly took the twin girls away and placed them under the care of Kim's close friend, LaWanda.
Cause I got it. Don't stop there. I just saw another one recently. Did I send it to up here? Dang it. Where did I put it?
Do you believe she's your sister? I don't.
Yeah, it's another one. Lord, I don't trust Diddy. Hold on, are you charged against Diddy? Let me see what this is.
There's so much buzz around the Diddy trial, but what exactly is he charged with, you might be wondering? Well, one is racketeering by conspiracy.
Oh, okay.
That's a very serious charge. It actually has a maximum life sentence attached to it.
Yeah, we know that.
What does it mean?
We know that. We know that. Okay, let's go here. Petty Ray J.
Hey, yo, you got the black? Can I get a black?
Now, I haven't watched this one.
Yo, I'm not gonna be long on here. I just need niggas to clip this on Instagram real quick. I ain't gonna be on here long. I know it's early in the morning, but I'm a petty motherfucker when niggas is petty with me.
So that means he may be
If a nigga
lying.
think he gonna say some shit about me and I ain't gonna go crazy and respond, then don't think that it's okay, because I'm petty as fuck. I'm petty as fuck, nigga. Niggas mad at me because I'm supporting Diddy.
Y'all, let me say this. I cannot stand a petty man. I cannot stand a petty man. And I may be wrong. Again, I can take ownership of how I think and how I feel, but I just don't like nothing about a man who has feminine traits. Most narcissists are petty because they don't like being exposed. A petty is not want a man, and for you to know you petty and ain't trying to fix that, that is not an alpha man to me. Not to me. Now there may be a whole bunch of females out there who say, "Oh no, AunTeaFee, that ain't what that means." Females are petty. Females are trifling, conniving, manipulative. I mean, we gotta own that. We gotta own it. We are trifling. We are conniving. We are manipulative. We will get you back. Women are tit for tat. Should we be? No. I mean, I can beat that with a baseball bat, because I think Big Mama, Mudil, all of them, our ancestors, somewhere down the line, and started that we strong black women, and we can do everything a man can do. Maybe at that time it needed to be put out there, but I'm not a man. I think at some point in life, I kind of bought into that. Okay, but I ain't manly. Not to say that I can't if I want to, but I don't want to have to be a mechanic. I don't want to have to prove that I can be a mechanic. I don't want to. I don't want to get up under the car. I don't want to do none of that. Now, if you're a female and you want to be up under there with black fingernails and all that, go on, do your thing. But the problem with that to me is we is somewhere in there, in that switch, in that change. Big Mama and them didn't tell us how to back up off of that. Now we equal. He ain't ahead of me. I ain't behind him. We side by side. We the same. No, we not, boo. No, we not. And men, no, get your ass up and go to work. You are not a husband, a house husband. No. You are not the nurturer. You are the provider. A woman is a helpmeet. Biblically, baby, the problem is we done stepped outside of the Bible. And then we start hearing, I don't believe it. I don't believe the Bible, because you don't believe in a hierarchy. You don't believe in somebody having that you have to look up to as guidance, structure. I absolutely believe that, because I see it all the time. And then we start saying, you can't tell me what to do. You don't have a right. Yeah, there are laws. And people feel like they don't have to abide by them because they don't like structure. They don't like guidelines. They don't like something that that we have to abide by to have some form of guidance. You don't like guidance. So you have a problem with somebody that has authority. So that's why you don't believe in God. You don't want to submit to nothing or nobody. So I think that it's out of line. So I think when men are petty, it's out of order. I'm not saying I'm right. I'm just telling you how I feel. And I don't want no petty man. I want a strong man that I can trust is manly. He's alpha, because I can do it. Ain't no doubt about it. I can do it. I can take care of myself. But you want me to trust in you to be the man of the house, then you need to be the man of the house. And petty ain't it. Petty is a roommate. Petty is the roommate. Petty is the girl. Why you using my moisturizer? You don't, what? Well, you didn't say nothing to me, so I ain't saying nothing to you. Oh, that's petty. Instead of saying, girl, don't let me walk into this house and you don't speak to me. Okay. You get a hole, you know, and it could be playful. Okay, daddy.
Hey,
you know what I'm saying? Do y'all understand what I'm saying?
Hey, yo, you got...
No. See, petty gets attitude. Petty gets attitude. Petty gets a fight comes with it. You can't help me be better being petty. See, I want a man that's gonna help me be better, and I help him be better. Petty ain't it. I already know that you're gonna do some crazy to get back at me. Okay. Who wants that? Yeah, no. I don't like petty men. So, I'm already seeing the hoe in him. I wasn't supposed to say that. Oh my God.
You got the blunt? Can I get a blunt?
That's why you have problems. That's why you can't keep your wife.
So I'm not gonna be long on here. I just need
Because you petty.
this on Instagram real quick. I ain't gonna be on here long. I know it's early in the morning, but I'm a petty motherfucker when niggas is petty with me.
Oh.
If a nigga think he gonna say some shit about me and I ain't gonna go crazy and respond, then don't think that it's okay, cause I'm petty as fuck. I'm petty as fuck, nigga.
He girly.
Niggas mad at me cause I'm supporting Diddy.
You
Niggas
girly.
got weird ass shit to say about me supporting Puff. This the one that got wet?
Yeah, microwave it.
You think? I think it's still wet. Yeah, I think
Died trying to take it out the microwave. It was just like,
it was burning.
it wasn't. I don't know if it was burning, but
Let's put it in the microwave for like a minute. Let's see what happens. Not a minute, but like 15 seconds, 20. If it start burning, let's bring it out and let's dry it off. And then I'll roll the weed up again. So Instagram. So listen, so we finally got this new deal. I got a major play for the network. Tronics is gonna get a crazy reboot, but I also got like 5 different new shows that I'm trying to bring niggas in on, from the production side to the actor side, reality side, and the streaming side. We doing like major auditions in at least 25 cities. I think it's like $2 million on the table for 5 different roles.
Oh, boo, come on.
So, and I'm about to start sending out the information. I'm just giving it to making sure I get a bag and everybody around. Everything we doing so y'all can submit for the opportunity from here on out.
Oh, this
for simple 20 girls. It's not Friday. It's Friday.
No,
Day, right? So,
no, you promoting. Let me get back over here. Let me get over here. Let's get over here. Let's go and get to the meat and the potatoes of this. Because I ain't trying to promote nothing you doing. You petty. Heck no. You petty ass man.
The Death Row party where y'all made a guy that was affiliated with Bad Boy drink Urine. Can you give me the backstory behind that?
I always have a big Christmas party for Death Row.
Christmas party.
It's hard to get like certain places because they don't agree with the lifestyle we live. We about that life. So I rented this whole compound of property to have a Christmas party there. And we bring our parents and all that type of stuff. So I always want to have a nice, one of the best groups around, the oldie group. I had the Isaac brothers do Mother's Day, but for the Christmas party, I had the Whispers. And what's better than the Whispers as the beat goes on for all our parents and the older people and us. So we're at this Christmas party, and Jodeci there, pretty much everybody. So we, everybody doing shots before we get to the party. Now we're at the party. Now Joelle's my homegirl. Joelle part of the Compton Get Downs, and there's nothing slicker than the Compton Get Downs. You know what I mean? They're gonna play every side, upside, downside, whatever they want to do.
This call and/or telephone number will be monitored and recorded.
So, me and Pac is talking, and Joelle comes over and introduces her to this dude to say that's her boyfriend. So she walks away and she come back. Well, they walking away, but she come back without the guy. And she said, "What's up, Pac?" She talking to me and Pac. And Pac said, "Damn, Jewel, who you with? Is he from the West Coast?" Jokingly, not thinking he's not from the West Coast. Joelle started laughing and said, "Shit, that motherfucker worked for Bad Boy. That's one of Puffy's people." So Pac was like, "Jewel, everybody say you're loyal, you're unloyal, you're not loyal, you don't have no loyalty. In other words, you're a curvy ass bitch." And we start laughing. So the guy looks back and he sees we laughing. So I guess his motherfucking instincts was right. He takes off running. We take off running behind him. So when all the homies see me running, everybody runs behind him, including Andre, including Snoop. Because everybody want to know what's up. So this dude runs up the stairs, first mistake. Because once he got up the stairs and got in that room, it was some type of guest house. There's no way out. So when we all get up there, he getting his ass whooped. He getting his shit beat out of him. Every person who came up those stairs, except me, of course, beat the shit out of him. So as he getting beat, one of the homies, and I can say his name because Colton ain't here. That's one of my closest friends from the West Side. Non-type business type of dude. He grabbed him and thrown him out the window. Only thing was holding him up is shit, his belt, and a leg or so. I'm like, nah, don't throw him out the window, shit. Everybody said that motherfucker gonna die. He pulled him back in. Every person in there got some licks in, even the bitches. So now, everybody.
Now, are we clear on who he talking about? Hold on. Are we clear? Did we miss who he talking about? Jewel.
Loyalty. In other words, you a curvy ass bitch. And we start laughing. So he got to this dude to say, that's her boyfriend. So she walks away and she come back.
Jewel's boyfriend.
Away, but she come back without. Now Joelle's my homegirl. Joelle part of the Compton Get Outs. And it's nothing slicker than the Compton Get Outs. You know what I mean? They gonna play every side, upside, downside, whatever they want to do.
This call and/or telephone number will be monitored and recorded.
So, me and Pac is talking, and Joelle comes over and introduces her to this dude to say, that's her boyfriend. So she walks away and she come back. Well, you know, they walking away, but she come back without the guy. And she said, what's up, Pac? She talking to me and Pac. And Pac said, damn, Jewel, who you with? Is he from the West Coast? Jokingly, not thinking he's not from the West Coast. Joelle started laughing and said, shit, that motherfucker worked for Bad Boy. That's one of Puffy's people. So, Pac was like, Jewel, everybody say you're loyal, you know, you're unloyal, you're not loyal, you don't have no loyalty. In other words, you're a curvy ass bitch. And we start laughing. So, the guy looks back and he sees we laughing, so I guess his motherfucking instincts was right. He takes off running.
Instincts.
We take off running behind him. So when all the homies see me running, everybody runs behind him, including Andre, including Snoop. Because everybody want to know what's up. So this dude runs up the stairs, first mistake. Because once he got up the stairs and got in that room, it was some type of guest house. There's no way out. So when we all get up there, he getting his ass whooped. He getting his shit beat out of him. Every person who came up those stairs, except me, of course, beat the shit out of him. So as he getting beat, one of the homies, and I can say his name because Colton ain't here. That's one of my closest friends from the West Side. Non-type business type of dude. He grabbed him and thrown him out the window. Only thing was holding him up is shit, his belt, and a leg or so. I'm like, nah, don't throw him out the window, shit. Everybody said that motherfucker gonna die. He pulled him back in. Every person in there got some licks in, even the bitches. So now, everybody talking to him. You know, the dude begging for his, you know, for his safety. As they talk to him,
I just put out a poll,
like,
y'all.
yeah, I do work for Puffy. I do work for Bad Boy. And you know, Pac got to smacking him again. Smack, smack, smack. You know, they're against me. They're my enemies. Everybody started smacking them because they wanted to prove, you know, their loyalty. So, you know, a lot of us still got champagne glasses in our hand, champagne bottle in our hand. You know, we having a great time. So I thought, oh, man, let him go. They ain't his party work for the motherfucker, right? They were like, man, what are you talking about? You being nice to him? You done had motherfuckers, even some of the people in this room drink piss before. So they start pissing in the motherfucker.
Haven't we heard? haven't we heard about the TP? So here we go with the piss. Hold on.
Champagne cups. This dude probably drunk maybe, say maybe, I don't know, I wouldn't count, but it had to be over 30. It was so bad,
Sean Diddy
as he was talking, I had to back up because he smelled like piss.
Oh.
So they start pissing in the motherfucker. Oh, man, let him go. They ain't his party work for the motherfucker, right? They were like, man, what are you talking about? You being nice to him? You done had motherfuckers, even some of the people in this room drink piss before. So they start pissing in the motherfucking champagne cups. This dude probably drunk maybe, say maybe.
So this pee thing is a thing.
It was so bad as he's talking.
So this urine aiding is a thing. So it's not just a Diddy thing. It's not just a Diddy Cassie thing. It's a rapper thing. Is that what I'm hearing with my good ear? And I don't have my earpiece in. Is that what I'm hearing? That this R. Kelly, so this is a hip hop rap thing. Who started that? Is hip hop rappers a part of a cult and we don't know it? That's the question of the day. Is this shit really a cult? And yes, Ira did it too.
Champagne cups. This dude probably drunk maybe, say maybe, I don't know, I wouldn't count, but it had to be over 30. It was so fuckers, even some of the people in this room drink piss before.
So he's saying there was about 30 of them in there.
Champagne glasses in their hand, champagne bottle in their hand. You know, we having a great time. So I thought, oh man, let him go. They ain't his party work for the motherfucker, right? They were like, man, what are you talking about? You being nice to him? You done had motherfuckers, even some of the people in this room drink piss before. So they start pissing in the motherfucking champagne cups. This dude probably drunk maybe, say maybe, I don't know, I wouldn't count, but it had to be over 30. It was so bad, as he's talking, I had to back up because he smelled like piss. So Pac and them got mad at Snoop because Snoop the only one, besides myself, when I said everybody my bag, Snoop the only one that participate of beating the dude's ass. But you know, Snoop was a good dude. He always had a good heart. He was like, nah, man, you know how he talk with that little Michael Jackson voice. He was like, nah, man, you know, that because he worked for Bad Boy, we don't have to be doing all this. And this is the West Coast, but we don't got nothing against it. You know, that's the conversation, basically. So from there, I did something probably wasn't the smartest thing to do. I said, well, he probably ain't gonna tell the police that somebody had sex with him. As you know, usually when something crazy happens, nobody don't want to give a police report to them. Oh.
Yeah, why would he say that? Why would that even come up out his mouth? Come on, y'all. There's a poll. 48 people done voted. Come on, it's over 300. It's over 300 people in here. Let's get our vote on and hit the like button. Hi to everyone who has come in and came to the chat. So did Suge introduce that to that party, that situation? They done already beat him up, hung him over the balcony. Snoop watching it. Snoop saved him, you know, and stopped him somewhat from fighting him. They made him drink cups and shit. Instead, about 30 people pissed in the cup. So why did Suge burn it up? Well, we know if somebody get down with him, he ain't gonna go tell the police. So they just turned somebody out. They just punked somebody. I mean, I understand Suge telling on death row, but boo, you telling on yourself too, because why would that even pop in your head?
The boy, he was like, nah, man, you know, that because he worked for Bad Boy, we don't have to be doing all this. And this is the West Coast, but we don't got nothing against it. You know, that's the conversation, basically. So from there, I did something probably wasn't the smartest thing to do. I said, well, he probably ain't gonna tell the police that somebody has sex with him. As you know, usually when something crazy happens, nobody don't want to give the police report to them. Oh, they had sex with me. Oh, they did this with me. You know, so I'm just thinking, no. So Andre, and it's real talk. I don't care who believes it, don't believe it. They have no reason to lie. Andre was like, shit, I fuck him. But believe me, it's not the first time that rodeo happened because they did this with me.
Now, when he said Andre, first, I'm still saying, why would Andre for, is this Andre for, I mean, Andre. And then now he's saying this ain't the first time. Let's go.
You know, so I'm just thinking, no, so Andre, and it's real talk. I don't care who believes it, don't believe it. They have no reason to lie. Andre was like, shit, I fuck him. But believe me, it's not the first time that rodeo happened because we all seen certain things they did, if you know what I mean.
Oh.
So, believe it or not, Andre, Dr. Dre beat it up a little bit. To my surprising, he sued Pac, he sued Andre, he sued everybody. He didn't sue me because I didn't lay a hand on that dude, right? I paid everybody's fee. I told Andre, I'm gonna pay your part. I told Pac, I'm pay you up. I told everybody who he sued, I'll pay it. I said, but that's y'all motherfucking shit. Y'all gotta run my money back. By the way, Pac, my little brother, he ain't here.
After my car wreck, there was a lot I didn't know.
I didn't know a lawyer would help organize my medical records and bills.
By the way,
who?
Pac, my little, if you know what I mean.
He done it before.
So, believe it or not, I've seen certain things they did, if you know what I mean. So
that wasn't the first time, Dr. Dre.
Andre, Dr. Dre beat it up a little bit. To my surprising, he sued Pac, he sued Andre, he sued everybody. He didn't sue me because I didn't lay a hand on that dude, right? I paid everybody's fee. I told Andre, I'm gonna pay your part. I told Pac, I'm pay you up. I told everybody who he sued, I'll pay that.
So Pac was there.
Shit. Y'all gotta run my money back. By the way, Pac, my little brother, he ain't here. Oh, Andre Young. Yeah. I want my bread when I'm home.
Are y'all listening to this?
Bit.
So who from Bad Boy?
He sued Pac. He sued Andre. He sued everybody. He didn't sue me because I didn't lay a hand on that dude, right? I paid everybody's fee. I told Andre, I'm gonna pay your part. I told Pac, I'm pay you up. I told everybody who he sued, I'll pay it. I said, but that's y'all motherfucking shit. Y'all gotta run my money back. By the way, Pac, my little brother, he ain't here. Oh, Andre Young. Yeah. I want my bread when I'm home. Have it ready. But look, that's a true story, and you can put a lawsuit, and it shows it for itself. So that's just that, you know. But you know, Joelle, I got all love in the world for her. But Joelle was she was a grimy gal. She was a cold bitch in a good way. But what I'm basically saying, and a lot of people talk about this stuff, I think is.
He says she grimy and she cold, and she set her dude up to be gangbanged by death row. A bad boy. Can't stop, won't stop. Shouldn't have been there, right? Why was you fooling with a death row? So did Puffy send you over there to go and infiltrate with one of his one of them death row chicks since what's her name, Miko or Mika or whatever, Christian mama, no, Justin mama, Lil Kim, not Lil Kim, but Misa. I'm talking about Misa and Faith. Went over there and was fooling with them. He sent one of them to go fool with one of them death row chicks. They beat him up. And Dr. Dre, because that's the only one he named, right? Said, take that, take that. He said, I'll tap that ass. And tap, he said, beat it up a little bit. Oh my God. Was he the only one? Hakeem Monte, have that bread ready. He said he didn't think that he was going to tell it. So did he tell it that they beat him up with their fist, or did he tell it that he beat him up with that dynamite? Essayed him. Well, Joanne, who is the guy from Death Row? Who is the guy from Death Row? Right now, my mind says DBJ. But who was foolish enough to let Puffy talk him into going over there and trying to infiltrate? And oh girl, set that ass up. Set that ass up. Say what? Set that ass up. Y'all can't, let me give me a fan. And he up here bragging about Joelle's. Who was the bad boy that got banged? And I absolutely believe it because you fool. Y'all hit the toe. Is this a cult? Is hip hop a hip to the hip hop and you don't stop? Is it a cult? African Bambaataa. He said, I wish I would go to court. You gonna, shit. Default me. Find me. Shit. I wish I would go and have them cameras looking at me talking about, I'm here because I did this, that, to a boy for 4 years. He was 12. I did it to him. And passed him around, sold him out, pimped him out. Did Hassan Campbell ever say anything about Africa? I didn't even check. I know he cried about it and people laughed about it. Bless his heart. That man wasn't lying. Yeah, but I know about him, but listen, he He wasn't bad. He wasn't bad boy. He just was a bad boy, but he wasn't a bad boy. That ain't who Dr. Dre gave it to. But listen, this is the problem. It's releasing the yellow tea on folk. That, huh? And see, this is why I said, before I heard this, I said that Suge Knight think that Diddy need to walk because this is the same stuff he was doing. Everybody in the hip-hop industry, they'll be like, oh no, that ain't no Rico. No, you don't want it to be Rico. And the Rico used to be for the Italians. Now, the Italian mobsters and all of them people, they don't want this to be considered Rico because they think it is just for the mob. It was made and created for us, not you Eagles. It is an Italian thing. It's a Bambino thing. It is not a rap artist thing. That's how they looking at it. We the mob. They ain't no mob. That may be what it was originated from, but whatever falls into these categories is what it's for. So them, oh, hey, Irene, they don't want this to be Rico. Because it wasn't, what did I told y'all. I told y'all this type of stuff when it came down in Memphis with the police who did that to Tyrese Nichols. Them laws and stuff, situations are made for them. That was a badge of honor for them. Rico belonged to them, the mob, the gangsters. This is not for black people. Okay. Do you understand now? Yes, some of these things that they did all these things and they're bad. But it's not Rico. Because they're not Italian. I said, oh. So that Rico only belongs to y'all. Is that what you're telling me? This is why everybody in the world is having problems identifying Rico because they're looking at it as if they not driving down the street doing drive-bys and shooting and attacking people and So it ain't Rico because it's Hey, Willie Spencer. Yeah. Get over yourself. It was created for you. It didn't stop with you. Okay? Okay? Organized crime is not just a Bambino, whatever, a Sammy the Kid, a Bull, or Rigo Suave. Right, Joelle. Easy E put Dr. Dre on blast before he joined Death Row. Dr. Dre he has been that way. He has been that way. I've heard he has been that way. And I can't remember who they say found the girl for him. Kind of organized his marriage to the first one, even with Michelle A. When he was with her, they organized that. Because he wasn't into that. Let's finish listening. So when I saw, I kept saying, ooh, Lord. Oh, that, ooh, 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 ooh. Now, what does drinking... Anyway, let's go.
Misconstrued.
Shout out to Snoop for not
Nobody
being...
told us to playbook. Dude, I paid.
Get paid to
He paid for their debt.
I didn't know what to expect going in.
Well, you should have. You the one put it out there.
So probably wasn't the smartest thing to do. I said, well, he probably ain't gonna tell the police that somebody have sex with him. As you know, usually when something crazy happens, nobody don't want to give the police report to them. Oh, they had sex with me. Oh, they did this with me. You know, so I'm just thinking, no. So Andre, and it's real talk. I don't care who believe it, don't believe it. They have no reason to lie.
You right, King Monte.
Andre was like, shit, I fuck him. But believe me, it's not the first time that rodeo happened because we all seen certain things they did, if you know what I mean. So, believe it or not, Andre,
That's not the
Dr.
first
Dre
time.
beat it up a little bit. To my surprising, he sued Pac, he sued Andre, he sued everybody. He didn't sue me because I didn't lay a hand on that dude, right? I paid everybody's fee. I told Andre, I'm gonna pay your part. I told Pac, I'm pay yours. I told everybody who he sued, I paid. I said, but that's y'all motherfucking shit. Y'all gotta run my money back. By the way, Pac, my little brother, he ain't here. Oh, Andre Young. Here you go. I want my bread when I'm home. Have it ready. But look, that's a true story, and you can put a lawsuit, and it shows it for itself. So that's just that, you know. But you know, Joelle, I got all love in the world for her. But Joelle was a grimy gal. She was a cold bitch in a good way. But what I'm basically saying, and a lot of people talk about all this stuff, how everything gets misconstrued or confused. Nobody taught us the playbook. I came with the name Death Row. I started Death Row. Everything with legal money. And David Kenner was not my attorney. He was a criminal attorney. John Brinker is the one that did the stuff for me on and Gary Stiffman for the entertainment side of it. But that's been said. That's just like Danny Boy said a statement before. Danny Boy said, well, I wrote all these songs and I blame Shuge because I get all this money. Well, I understand Danny Boy did.
Yeah, please support the platform.
First of all, when I met Danny Boy, I took a liking to him and treated him like a son from day one. He was signed to a friend of mine named Shorty, who had him under contract. So I had to buy him out that contract. Because Shorty had spent a lot of money on Danny Boy, so he say. But
Now, Danny Boy.
We're off the top.
Hold on. Now, is Danny Boy, was he the young artist? I had meant to look him up. Danny Boy. Is he that young artist when he came along that, is he West Coast, East Coast? Who was the little boy that married? Hey, Kane Live. High five. Hey, thank you. Thank you for the gifts. Now, was Danny Boy the boy that Mary J turned out? That's why Mary said, I ain't saying shit. Mary said, You know that you remind me of a guy when I once knew. You remind me of a guy that I once knew. Is it a dream or... Yeah, her. Yes, I think. He was a minor. He was a minor. She turned him out. Gave him some cookies and some weed. And he was a minor. See what's gonna start happening. Yeah. Cause there's some females. Rhonda, what's her name? Left Eye, not Left Eye, from TLC. Usher, wasn't he a minor? When she gave him some cookie. But I remember Mary. with Danny Boy. And again, what happened to that the whining boy, Chili? I can't think of who Lil' Kim turned out, but yeah, the females was turning out the little boys in these freak offs. But she gave him some cookie, alcohol, and weed. Yep.
Before I did anything with Danny Boy, I had to buy him out that contract. Danny Boy didn't write none of the songs he performed on any of the projects with Death Row. I had him do a remake. He didn't write that one. I had Babyface do the music and write the lyrics. He didn't write that one. And I ain't mad at you or anything he sung with Pac. Tupac wrote that. So if Tupac writes something and sing it in his own voice, and then I said, man, look out for Danny Boy, put Danny Boy on there or something. Tupac bring Danny Boy in, like when he brought Casey and JoJo in. When he brought them in, right? They just singing what he wrote. So you can't get publishing if you didn't write it. So there's no way I'm supposed to pay you publishing royalties on a song you didn't write. And what people don't understand, if $1 is being owed on a song regarding publishing, it's nothing out of my pocket. If $1 go to Tupac, that still don't come out of my pocket. If $1 goes to Danny Boy, that still don't come out of my pocket. Or Tupac gets 50% of it. If Danny Boy gets 50% of it, I still got to pay the same dollar. But I can't give somebody publishing on a song that they did not write. That's why me and Vanilla Ice had to hang out, because he was trying to claim a song.
Hang out? Right. Hang him out over the balcony?
By the way, the Vanilla Ice, that helped start Death Row. Not from no motherfucking informant saying drug money did. And I ain't trying to bounce all over the place, but that's sort of crazy. They still ain't, that's a whole other conversation. But anyway, that's how that happened.
Oh, wow. Hold on.
Do you need $300, $500, or even $1,000?
Hold on.
Fast? We fix.
I mean, I wasn't planning on going here, but hell, I gotta go here now. Let's see what you're talking about. Danny Boy.
I was looking at a Whack 100 interview, and he said that him and Suge Knight walked in on you and a guy named Young Buck in a 6'9" position, giving each other fellatio. And when he made these comments, he wasn't trying to, expose you.
I didn't know that this was. I just clicked him on. I didn't listen to it. Oh, Lord, I was not expecting that. Did he say 69? Oh, Lord, I just wasn't expecting that.
Or did you? He was just...
I mean, he just came right on out. I guess I should have prepared myself.
I was looking at a Whack 100 interview, and he said that him and Suge Knight walked in on you and a guy named Young Buck in a 6'9" position, giving each other fellatio. And when he made these comments, he wasn't trying to, expose you or diss you. He was just being honest about what he saw. But, I mean, how you feel about him making them comments?
Who said that, Whack 100?
Yeah, Whack 100, yeah.
I've never, when Whack 100 said that in an interview, I was surprised. Because if I met him, I don't even remember meeting him like that. And then around the time that I was really around Suge, like, that nigga wasn't around. You know what I'm saying? So there was some things that he had said to my son's mom, because he was friends with her, grew up in the same neighborhood. But for Whack to go fix his mouth saying he caught me in some type of position, ain't no proof of him catching me in no position. He the only person that we've seen lay on his stomach with his ass out. Right? You seen that?
No, I didn't see that. No, I never seen that.
Yeah. When Whack 100 was on his stomach with his ass out.
Oh.
Like, he got to explain shit like that. I've never been called my ass. Ain't never been out. Ain't never been on no film. I'm very private about whatever I do or whoever I do, whatever the I do, I'm private. And if Shuge, like when I told Shuge that shit, when I said that to him, if Shuge said, if I'd have seen you do shit like that, you know, I'd have joked about that shit. Now, and I got audio of it, of what Shuge said about it. So, like for him, like to blow up, I guess that was the first part of his blowing up with doing stories. Well, Wack 100 talk about everybody. I used to think it was something personal because he said something, he told my baby mama that I was a weirdo, don't marry me.
What did you say?
I ignore him.
It's not
another gangster ass that do podcasts and interviews. Now, I don't want to say that gangsters can't do interviews, but the shit he kind of do. I don't know no gangster that do that shit. I'm telling you, I don't know no niggas that say they've been in the streets and been in jail that do as much talking as him, especially about guys, what guys. He got all of the information on what guys sleep with guys. How do you know
Micah.
this? How the you know who's sleeping with everybody?
Micah.
Because you got somebody you sleeping with.
Baby.
You know that much, man. You don't know nothing about me, nigga. You ain't never seen me. And niggas that say they've been in the streets and been in jail that do as much talking as him, especially about guys, what guys. He got all of the information on what guys sleep with guys. How do you know this? How the you know who sleep with everybody? Because you got somebody you sleeping with. You know that much, man. You don't know nothing about me, nigga. You ain't never seen me and Young Buck in the same room together. Like, that's, like, I be mad about that shit because certain shit, like, come on, bro. Your little podcast cute, your little apps and shit, all that shit, they be on there praising you and shit. Another nigga, a liar. Don't lie on me, don't play with me. I'm not like the rest of these artists. You can't bully me. I'm not scared of you or none of that shit. I go where I want to go. Now, if you want to have beef over me replying back to him, that's on him. You won't be able to come to Chicago no more. Take that shit off your map. And a couple other places will be a surprise for you. Leave me the f alone is all I'm asking. In a real nice way. In a prayerful way. Lord, please. Have these people leave me the f alone. Clown that, you got a lot of other people to talk about. They never seen me in no position, sexual position with a nobody. And they never seen me walk a dog. He's an ignorant nigga. Look like he would be one of these niggas as old as he is, trying to tell some of these young niggas the right shit to do. He in everybody's business, Kashawn and her nigga business. Grown ass nigga. And then threaten woof, and then he get on some interview and he got into with Saucy Santana, and he gonna send one of his gay goons. And gangsta nigga say that. I'm gay, I'm not sending no gay goon. What me, ain't now one of them gay. Try it. So that's all I don't give a fuck about it.
Can y'all still hear? Am I spinning? Am I spinning? Can y'all hear?
I'm gay. I'm not sending no gay goon. With me, I'm sending some real nigga.
I don't know. I don't know when it started spinning.
Young nigga, the right in a prayerful way. Lord, please. Have these people leave me the f alone. Clown that nigga, you got a lot of other people to talk about. They never seen me in no position, sexual position with a nigga, nobody. And they never seen me walk a dog. He's an ignorant nigga. Look like he would be one of these niggas as old as he is, trying to tell some of these young niggas the right shit to do. He in everybody's business, Kashawn and her nigga business. Grown ass nigga. And then threaten woof, and then he get on some interview and he got into with Saucy Santana, and he gonna send one of his gay goons. And gangsta nigga say that. I'm gay, I'm not sending no gay goon. With me, I'm sending some real nigga. Ain't now one of them gay. Try it. So that's soft. I don't give a fuck about that.
Okay, wow, y'all, hold on. Let me cancel. What is this? Hold on. Ooh, it just got, ooh. This, ooh. Hold on. Hold on, y'all. Okay, so which one I need to play? Oh, let's go this one. This is very interesting.
So, during bad times where, where people seen the viral videos of, them being drunk on stage, me holding them down when one can't sing, myself and Showtime, shout out to Showtime, that's my boy that sung backgrounds as well. We called ourselves.
Jerome, ask questions on the super chat, super sticker.
Showtime.
No questions in the comment section. Send it on the chat or
JoJo
super
wasn't
sticker.
feeling well. I'll make sure that I handle the part. JoJo will look at me and say, I got it. Or, I'll make sure that they were taken care of. And we went on tour with Jodeci. In the middle of us going on tour with Jodeci, that's when, a little bit before, us going on tour. That's when everybody on the tour bus started reading my book, Stranded on Death Row. By the way, it's available on all platforms, on Barnes & Noble, anyway, and Amazon. And anyway, they read the book on the bus, and everybody, we always joking. I mean, you know what I mean? You get on the tour bus, you never know, man. It's always pranks. Everybody always making jokes, and, people was making, kind of like, man, yeah, so you was with Mary, and they just be laughing about it, and it really wasn't on a disrespectful end, but they kind of always brought it up. And Kay, you could tell he was kind of in his feelings about it. And we got to one city, and I know we were laughing and joking about some stuff. And we got to one city, and KC just kind of just flipped out. Started telling me, I'm your boss, and And as I told him, my motherfucking boss. I sing backgrounds. It's a work for hire. Boss mean when I'm not out on the road, I can still get a check. So we kind of exchanged some words. And after my book being out for a while, we were getting ready to gear up for some more shows. And they never called me back again for any shows. I was kind of like fired, third party. Fired. And I think I talked to JoJo maybe a couple times. I haven't seen Casey or talked to him since. But I lost a lot of respect for them, to be honest. JoJo and I were more cool. We still cool. JoJo always showed me love. But they all be doing a little funny shit.
JoJo, he was with Mary too, right?
And together, as brothers, like, just because of that, like, I'm kind of disappointed and let down. I was kind of let down by both of them. The way that they kind of did things. When I was singing background for them, I depended on them. My rent depended on them. I depended that was my livelihood. And, even during the time now that I look at it, when I was around them, they never done extras anyway. Not that you expect people to do extras, but do you? If they're not the extras, you can be brothers of them. They not. I mean, I remember being out on the road with them and singing backgrounds on my birthday, and they don't even say happy birthday or here's a birthday drink. Or we do a Christmas show. I don't remember them turning around telling everybody Merry Christmas or anything. So that whole clique of Jodeci has always been about themselves. And that's cool. That's them. You know what I mean? I guess that's Hollywood, I should say. I'm more let down on the brotherhood side. I felt like they were brothers to me. But hey, thanks for the opportunity for me being out on the road with them, feed me for the time that I was there. That's it. But other than that, me and JoJo are cool. Devontae and Diamond. I mean, it's whatever. Well, I don't know if I'll ever talk to Casey again.
Casey.
Face that.
Casey.
So he
oh,
really
that's
got
the
his
sick
feelings
one.
because
Okay.
you slowly married.
Yeah.
Oh, so no.
I think so.
Let's go back.
Devontae and Diamond. I mean, it's whatever. Well, I don't know if I'll ever talk to Casey again. Oh, yeah. Face that.
So he really got in his feelings because you slowly married.
Yeah. I think so.
He was abusive to her, right?
Yeah, she when I know when we was together, she was jumping on the floor like it was at KC, and it was room service bringing us food. And it was said that he was kind of fighting her around that time and stuff like that. And she was kind of scared. Like, what, 20 years, 10, 15 years previous? And, yeah, I mean, 20 years later, I'm hearing this story. And this man was, at this time, he was about to get married. Like, what does it matter? They be doing this to each other all the time. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't feel sorry for him.
So you and Mary was in a hotel room in room service. They knocked on the door and she got scared because she thought it was KC.
Yeah, I mean, you know, when we were together, we was in a room and she was drinking. We was drinking, and the room service was bringing us more drinks. And she would jump on the floor behind the couch, like and hid because she thought it was KC at the door. I don't know what that was about, but it sounded like abuse to me. It sounded like there was some abusive guys over there in that clique. I'm just playing. Whole East Coast clique.
Yeah, that's lame, man, to get in your feelings over that, man. Over a female you're not even with no more.
Yeah, man. And them brothers, man, KC done slept with JoJo people. And I mean, man, don't start that shit. Don't point me out because it was her. But KC's still in his feelings about Mary. So, I mean, it showed in that Mother's Day thing. We did a Mother's Day thing, and I was kind of uncomfortable because we did his Mother's Day thing for DJ Khaled. And we did the performance, and Mary J was on this was the first time she was on the show, and I hadn't been around her in a while. And KC was on the show, so I think that's what really made him upset because we did this show together. And this nigga was clowning. Like, that's when he ran up in front of him and singing and sung in front of Mary Mama. He was clowning that night. Like, he had to do his extras that night. And then the next time, I think we weren't able to be around.
Oh,
we did the
wow.
time
This
on the morning
shit is
cruise.
deep, y'all.
She was coming in to perform, and the day that she came in to perform, they made sure that they kept us on one side of the cruise ship. We couldn't even see the show. So, and I was uncomfortable as hell up there singing and knowing that I was in a room. And I don't know if Mary heard of the stories that I said or you know, but I was uncomfortable as hell for sure.
Okay, so hold on, y'all. I am just in hold on. I was trying to find his song back then. But baby. Now y'all remember. Okay, and I had said it before, but I just said it. Because before I said that there was females, they opened up this can of worms, but there was females who was messing with these minors, right? Didn't I just, oh Lord, I wouldn't mean to be on here long today on this one. But while I was trying to find one of his songs back in the day, KC is the one who struggled with alcohol. Yeah, he's the dark one. He used to beat up on Mary. That's when she really thought she was in love, and he clowned her on live, and they was doing music together and all of that. He clowned her, but I think Diddy passed her. She was passed to him. But anyway, so Shuge was just talking about his homegirl that was grimy, right? And set up old boy for them that was from Bad Boys that they beat up, touched up, and Dr. Dre, take that him, right? And I'm thinking, Jewel, because first in my mind, I was like, Joelle, that's the guy, he says, female, she grimy. Baby, I ain't know she fooled with Danny Boy, but here she is, y'all. Ladies and gentlemen. Do I have problems with pedos or predators, male or female? Yes, I do. Now, this is the first time I've heard this, and we're going to hear this together. But ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, that's over the legal age of 18. Here is Joelle.
The back and forth between me and
You and Danny Boy had a back and forth on social media, right?
yeah, it was quite entertaining. The back and forth between me and Danny Boy on social media via your outlet. You know, people was calling me Joelle Kelly. You know, it was making me mad too because, I mean, I get it from a lot of people's point of view.
Joelle Kelly.
Joelle got with Danny when he was like 15, 16, 17. I honestly still to this day don't know how old Danny Boy was. But I'm just letting y'all know. I make mistakes. But Danny Boy wasn't one of them. I'm not no pedophile. I wouldn't do that. So I think even in his book, he was saying he be lying about his age. But I did talk to Danny. And he said that he would do sit down with me and him and with you, Art. So the people, they can get a one-on-one, well, a 2-on-2-on-1 with me, you, and Danny Boy.
And you said Danny Boy had a fake ID, right? Because if I'm not mistaken, I think he said that wasn't true or something like that.
So this is the thing with the fake ID. Okay, so on death row, a lot of people talk about a lot of things. I was told by Shuge, and I was in Meech. His son played Tupac in the movie. Me and Meech, we used to work in the studio together.
Yeah, the producer.
So, you know, he produced with Troop and, you know, Teddy Riley, people like that. He knew about the fake ID or heard that Danny had a fake ID. Now, I never saw it, but I heard just like everybody else, he had a fake ID. You know what I mean? So
hey, Nika!
But it's still been floating around there that he actually did.
Y'all, I got a pause for my girl, Nika. Hey, Nika. Hey, precious. Y'all, Nika came over here to bless the tea house, the tea palace. Who else done came in that I missed?
So I don't really know. You know what I'm saying?
Thank you for coming.
Me and Meech, we used to work in the studio together.
You're the producer.
So, you know, he produced with Troop and, you know, Teddy Riley, people like that. He knew about the fake ID.
Oh, I don't know. She passed.
Fake ID. Now, I never saw it, but I heard just like everybody else.
I have no idea. This has grown. This has grown from Dr. Dre and the West Coast, East Coast doing some of the same stuff. West Coast been doing that Diddy stuff. And I knew about Mary messing with them little boys. And I know about some of them other female rappers breaking in the little boys. And she just came up. I don't remember her. But she passed away. Baby, I don't remember her. What she sing?
I did.
It's just that, what's his name? Suge Knight said that she was grimy. And she set up one of Bad Boys. She lured his ass to one of their parties. She sung on Tupac album, okay. Lured him and they beat him. Made him drink some urine out of an urn. And Dr. Dre said, take that, beat that tail up for a bit. But that's how she came up today.
It wasn't true, but it's still been floated around there that he actually did have a fake ID. So, on death row, a lot of people talk about a lot of things. I was told by Shuge, and I was in Meech. His son played Tupac in the movie. Me and Meech, we used to work in the studio together.
You're the producer.
So, you know, he produced with Troop and, you know, Teddy Riley, people like that. He knew about the fake ID or heard that Danny had a fake ID. Now, I never saw it, but I heard just like everybody else, he had a fake ID. You know what I mean? So he was saying that wasn't true, but it's still been floated around there that he actually did have a fake ID. So I don't really know.
And honestly,
you know what I'm
if
saying? I just know
someone
I ain't no
is
rapist.
unsure about someone's
And when I
age,
said I like them young, I meant my husbands were like 7 or 8 years younger than me.
but see, this is what they was doing back.
We could clear that up, you know, with the one-on-one with Danny Boy with you at a later date.
And Mary, see, I knew about Mary being with him.
What was your reaction when you heard Danny Boy, you know, tell that story about you? Because before he did my interview, you know, he said it in his book. So when did you find out that he said it?
I'm not.
I knew about Mary and Chili.
Come out.
And I think Lil' Kim played with some of them little boys too. I just
paying attention to it.
But they didn't look at that as being pedos, and that it is.
When I found out that Danny Boy was gay, I didn't even know that at first. So that was a shock to me. You know what I'm saying? Because Danny Boy, he's very talented. I always had a lot of respect for him. You know what I'm saying? And I thought we were
T-sippers. Didn't I just say that they fooling with these women be a front? They really be attracted to men. They really be attracted to men. And still are. The women are just fronts. So this one over here was talking about he was mad that she gave him some. Hell, it must not. Let me stop, Lord. Let me.
super duper cool. So for him to wait 20 plus years, Danny Boy, he's very talented. I always had a lot of respect.
Are you saying he was talented in bed, or what are you talking about?
So it actually really shocked me.
That's what I don't understand. Attracted to men. Attracted to a man, another man.
So that was a shock to me. You know what I'm saying? Because
what you mean? What happened?
Very talented.
He called her a pedophile.
A lot of respect for him. You know what I'm saying? And I thought we were super duper cool. So
he said that he was a pedophile for fooling with a kid.
To say something about it, that's what kind of like angered me. Because I'm 53 now. I have 3 boys of my own.
Ooh.
I have grandbabies. Now, I'm not no
Would you be
to the juicy ones because I did.
Okay, so now that people are grown now, got kids and grandbabies, would they be okay with somebody being intimate? Whether, because it's over here is saying she gave him lollipop. But he was a kid. He was a minor. She said 15, 16, 17, 15. Would she be okay when her sons were 14, 15, 16, some grown woman being intimate with? Is it, I mean, since she knew what the game was back in the day, right? So are you saying that it's okay? Would you in your right mind right now still think that that was okay? Because see, she thought that they were still cool at this point. Nika saying she has since went on somewhere. I don't know where she was spiritually. but she's no longer on earth. Is it okay that somebody would fool with your child, your grandbabies? Female, because you got boys. I don't care if it's a female or if I don't care. It's still a predator to me. And would you be okay? Or would you be one of these people who were going to act like, well, boy, it's going to be, well, you know, still justifying it? Because, see, this is what kind of irritates me about people, especially people like Judge and Cassie. And some of them have been abused. There are some women and men out there who it was toxic in their relationship, marriage, whatever. Knew good and dang well it's toxic, but stayed. But want to judge this girl, Cassie, who was groomed at 19. She was a teenager when a damn near 40-year-old man got a hold of her. He didn't immediately sleep with her. He built a bond with her for at least 2.5 years. Then when she turned 21, he felt like at that time, I can dive off into that thing. Let me put my lips on her birthday. So for 2 years, he was nice, loving, caring. And then he flipped the script when she turned 21. She ready. She ready. I done groomed her for 2 years. She ready. So now she thinking, oh, he is just, oh my God. Oh my God. Just imagine, you know, just imagining me, that right there, that oh my God was me. When I was about 19, 20. And somebody done been nice and then flipped the script on me. And then I'm still floating. Oh my God. Oh, he's my boyfriend. He gives me everything I want. We go to nice restaurants. All my friends are jealous of me. Everybody wants what I have. Everybody wants who wants me. You know. And then he flipped. I'm still, for at least 4 years, I'm saying, oh my goodness, I've been there, he's been there for me. Whatever issues I was having in my family, you know, he was there for me. He's always had my back. And then you feel like you can't leave. But then you have people who have been in them same type situations and want to judge, knowing good and dang well a dude or female don't went upside their head. I be seeing all type of crazy toxic stuff. And them folks still be with them. So that's why I'm asking, knowing some of the things that you have done, would you be okay if it was done to your minor kids? Or would you be still acting like shit? Hell, I went through it. And it's all right that he 14, 15, and he got him an old cougar putting that cookie on him. Y'all want me to believe y'all be okay with that? The boys will be boys, saying it's just an excuse for men to be violent. And it's an excuse. I agree. He a predator. For real. They said he was watching her. He was grooming. He's been grooming. But would it be okay? I know it's a double standard for men and women. Cause see, if she, any woman, grown woman, would have been going out to, baby, I wouldn't want no men going after my teenage nieces, and this old ass cougar trying to fuck with Scooter. His first would have been a grown ass woman, damn near 40. Y'all want me to believe that? Okay, I'm just saying. She wouldn't want nobody fooling shit. So for her to be saying, I got boys. I got 3 boys and some grandbabies. Would you be okay with a woman, grown, fooling with yours the way you fooled with somebody? Now you want to bring up that he was gay and he came out. He may have been gay back then when you was putting that old ass. I wasn't supposed to say that. That stale ass cookie. You know good and damn well that cookie was stale. And he was a baby. He needed some fresh, young. I need to go stand in the corner. Okay, let me go.
You know what I'm saying? 'Cause Daddy Boy, he's very talented. I always had a lot of respect for him. You know what I'm saying? And I thought we were.
Yeah, lady, you were a predator.
Cool. So for him to wait 20 plus years to say something about it, that's what kind of like angered me. Because I'm 53 now. I have 3 boys of my own. I have grandbabies. Now, I'm not no stranger to the juicy ones because I did do that record. But at the time that I did that record, I wasn't even sucking the juicy ones. I had to do that later on to make sure, you know what I'm saying, if it came down to it, I could talk about what I knew. But
oh wow,
it angered me a bit because it was like so long ago. I'm not perfect. I'm not an angel, but I did, however, change my life. You know what I'm saying? I went back to my first love, which was the church.
Okay.
So with anything, you grow from your past and you make yourself into a better person and you know, try to have a better future. So at the time that thing came out, I was in the process of releasing an album. You know what I'm saying? I had refrained from all sexual activity. You know what I'm saying? After my divorce in 2016, I hadn't been in any physical relationships. I talked to one guy, you know, named Ray for like 2 years, but we never.
See, this is what it's interesting that she said that. So, let me say this. I don't need to hear the rest of this because she said something quite interesting to me. She said she didn't understand why he waited all this time. 20 years. Ain't that what she said? People are saying the same thing about Cassie, right? Why she wait all this time? As if he wasn't traumatized all the time, and he may not have realized he was. And if someone is traumatized, it is not up to the predator to say, well, why he wait so long to say something about it? That was 20 years ago. That ain't who I am no more. And what you did, what you did don't have no expiration. And when I come out, I realize that some things have been going on with me emotionally and mentally. They don't have no expiration either. So why do we put expirations on victims? Oh, now that's been 20 years ago. Ain't nothing wrong. Wasn't nothing wrong with him. Says who? Says the predator. He may not have came to terms with it until then. Who are we to put a time frame on somebody's trauma? Now, how can a man be traumatized by having sex with a female? He was a kid. He was 15 years old. Did he really know what he was doing? Should he have ever been in that position? Well, it was better him than a female, than the guys getting to him. Well, was it? Now you're trying to diagnose him. Because typically, if we're going to keep it real, T-sippers, and this is not what I was planning to talk about. It just worked. It led me. See how God does? See, when females are victimized, sometimes by men, down the line, their trauma will lead them to have some type of resentment towards men, and they start dating females. Who's to say that this little young man, a kid, teenager, who was victimized by a grown ass woman, his trauma didn't lead him opposite and start liking boys? Who's to say? Because that happens a lot with females. And they'll say, oh, I was born that way. And when they get therapy and they start digging off in there, they find that they have been victimized and they suppressed it. See, this is why I can't stand that rug. And no one is honest to talk about it, because it's like the earthly forbidden fruit. So we can't talk about it. It goes up under the rug. Everything that we can't discuss outside the house goes up under the rug. And the victim gets victimized again. They are betrayed. A lot of the first betrayal starts at home, up under the rug. That's why I can't stand it. And then something becomes wrong with you, the victim, that was forced into being a victim and forced to be up under the rug. So who do you trust? How do you deal with that? People don't want to talk about that. But I have a problem with her. May she rest in peace. Because she would not want nobody to touch her sons as a minor. Give them lollipop is what we finna hear she gave.
I did an interview with Danny Boy, and he told a story about how you came to his hotel room one day and you gave him fellatio. He also told his same story in his book. You told a story in your book about you and Joelle's. You care to share that story?
Yeah, what part of it?
I mean, in your book, you said that she gave you fellatio.
The best. The best.
Oh,
no disrespect.
So give me the backstory on that. How did that come about?
Well, you know.
Well, hell.
Well, my mom killed me because I had.
Let me backtrack. Maybe that's why he like men on his. Maybe he chasing Joy.
Baby mama at this time. And you know the funny thing is that people have been saying, you know, watch out for Joelle. Don't. She gonna da-da-da-da. And I'm like, no, she not. You know. And I'm young and she's older. And she came to the room one time and you know, for respect of her kids and everybody, I won't say everything, but yeah, we started messing around a couple of times and she started getting a little serious. And Joelle was a little, really gangster.
That's what.
Like Joelle would also, you know, she would do all these things. It was the best at whatever everybody say she's the best at, but you can get your ass whipped by Joelle at the same time. Joelle can go out in the hallway and beat like 4 or 5 girls up at the same time. So to be around her at that time at such a young age, you know, it was kind of considered like, what do they call it?
A badge of honor?
The vet. She was my first vet, I guess I could say.
Right.
Y'all.
Vet, was it Tiger? Yeah. She was the first vet that I kind of messed around with. And she was the first lady at Death Row. Came to my room, and she knew I had a girl. She kept telling me some shit. I think she said some shit like, you know, who is this crazy ass girl? Everybody talking about this crazy girl. And she was talking about my daughter's mom. Like, yeah, whatever. You know, she talking, we sitting on the bed, we smoking weed. And she was like, you know, she's so worried about this little ass boy or something. You know, I'm just talking stuff back, you know. And before I probably could get the next little sentence out of my mouth, she had to pull my pants down. And I look forward to her to pull my pants down all the time after that.
I did. I'm sorry. I apologize. I'm 53 now. Honestly, I took so much like thug ration and weed and ecstasy. I can't remember back in days what I did, but if he said I did it, I don't even remember. Danny Boy, besides, okay. Well, let me be real.
So she was death row free.
Let me say that my disobedience to the Lord is your salvation. If I did, which I think I did, give Danny Boy the Joelle experience back in the days, I didn't know he was under no age now. He's trying to make me seem like I'm like Law and Order, SVU, Special Victims Unit. I watch that all the time. Anybody know me? Law and Order and Monk, Maury, You Are the Father, and Steve Wilkos. Those are my favorite songs. And the news, of course. So I would have never got with Danny Boy if he was underage. Now, Danny Boy had a fake ID when he came to Death Row. So I thought he was legal. And Danny Boy, I thought he was really cool. And at first I was angry. And some mother would have been missing their son right about now. But because Joelle knows to hold her peace and let the Lord fight her battles, then I have to say, I have to really be honest to all the people out there. No matter what I really thought Danny Boy's age was, had I not put his penis in my mouth, I would have never made this interview. So, on that note, I would never have sex with an underage person knowingly. I can go to jail. But I ain't gonna lie. From my husband to my ex-husband, most of the men that I was in a relationship, they were like 8 to 10 to 11 years younger than me.
It was a badge of honor.
Like a rabbit. So that's all I'm gonna say about that. Danny Boy, you know you was wrong.
He was wrong.
Danny Boy.
He was wrong.
The old Joelle, I would have already been at your doorstep, at your mama's doorstep.
He was wrong.
At your kids' doorstep, and everybody you know.
That's a predator, y'all.
But the God I serve told me to hold my peace and let the Lord, as Tyler Perry would say, fight my battles. I'm going to tell you, as well as I'm going to tell everybody else, including the Nancy Fletchers and the people that I've been heard through the grapevine putting my name in your mouth. Just because Joelle been quiet and I love the Lord, don't get it twisted. Keep my name out your mouth.
And she a bully.
Before you have something else in your back.
That's a bully.
Baby.
That's a bully, y'all.
Emergencies can
that's a female. That's a bully.
To be prepared.
That's a bully predator. That's a bully predator. She throwing out threats. She blaming him for what she did, and she throwing out threats. Yeah. Okay, before we go, because I didn't intend to be here long. Is it a cult?
Party where y'all made a guy that was affiliated with Bad Boy Drake Urine. Can you give me the backstory behind it?
I always have a big Christmas party for Death Row.
Is it a cult?
It's hard to get like certain places because they don't agree with the lifestyle we live. We about that life.
I thought this ain't
So
the
I
same.
rented
Is
this
this
whole
the same
compound
one?
of property to have a Christmas party.
Oh yeah, hold on. This the same one.
Bring out the parents and all that type of stuff. So
Hold on.
I always want to have a.
It's a cult, y'all. And they had female. It sound like right on stop and shit, bluff. And hold on. It sounds as if. It sounds as if they had some female bully predators. Which one? Up in there. Let's hear this.
He's been doing interviews on different channels. He's been doing a lot of interviews on Art of Dialogue as well recently. And I just seen him on the news a few times on multiple channels. Seen him on TMZ. I saw him on News Nation with Chris Cuomo. I saw him on a few places doing interviews. Now, apparently, they've been asking him about his thoughts about the whole situation and the trial that's going on. Now, Ray J, on the left-hand side of your screen, he had some situations that went on because he actually had gotten communication with Diddy's sons. Now, before then, Ray J was doing these news press tours, and he basically was on the news talking about people was getting their behinds taken and everything like that. And then there was an infamous situation where Ray J came and basically, said that somebody tried to off him, and then he had gotten into an incident with Diddy's sons, right? Now that situation went viral, and ever since then, they apparently had a meeting, meaning Ray J and Diddy's sons, and Ray J came out and said there was no problem, the issue is non-existent, is squashed, and that those are just guys, blase, blase, blah, and that he wasn't talking about Diddy when he said that behinds were getting taken in the industry, right? So now, Suge Knight came out in the aftermath of that and went in on Ray J. Suge Knight had a few disparaging things to say about Ray J. It's him and Ray J, I think they once were cool at some point in time, but doesn't seem like they're cool anymore. As Suge got some scathing things to say about Ray J in the aftermath of his comments, recent comments with, Diddy and his sons and stuff like that. And so now Ray J is coming out, and according to the reports, Ray J is claiming that Suge Knight not only sexually assaulted various men, but women as well. Now, according to this report in hotnewshiphop.com, y'all smash the like button, share, and subscribe to the channel as y'all come on in. Let's get those likes up as y'all come in the building. Ray J, who previously
hold on, let me back that up.
According to this report,
because that would mean, hold on.
And that he took
that would mean, this is why I was saying that he was saying Diddy should walk, because they was doing some of the same stuff. Now, when I said that, I didn't know. Well, I knew about Dr. Dre. I didn't know that they had the golden. What is it called? Fountain, in folk mile thing going on. I didn't know that they was doing some of the same stuff Diddy was doing, but I knew as far as trafficking and abusing people, I knew they was doing that. But this would stamp exactly why he is saying Diddy should walk, because that means, because that's because he was doing the very same thing that Diddy was doing.
Taking and everything like that. And then there was an infamous situation where Ray J came and basically interviews on different channels. He had been doing a lot of interviews on Art of Dialogue as well recently. And I just seen him on the news a few times on multiple channels.
Hey, hot chocolate.
I seen him on TMZ. I saw him on News Nation with Chris Cuomo. I saw him on a few places doing interviews. Now, apparently,
they sure been talking.
they've been asking him about his thoughts about the whole situation and the trial that's going on. Now, Ray J, on the left-hand side of your screen, he had some situations that went on because he actually had gotten into an altercation with Diddy's sons. Now, before then, Ray J was doing these news press tours, and he basically was on the news talking about people was getting their behinds taken and everything like that. And then there was an infamous situation where Ray J came and basically, said that somebody tried to off him, and then he had gotten into an incident with Diddy's sons, right? Now that situation went viral, and ever since then, they apparently had a meeting, meaning Ray J and Diddy's sons, and Ray J came out and said there was no problem, the issue is non-existent, is squashed, and that those are his guys, blase, blase, blah, and that he wasn't talking about Diddy when he said that behinds were getting taken in the industry, right? So now, Suge Knight came out in the aftermath of that and went in on Ray J. Suge Knight had a few disparaging things to say about Ray J. It's him and Ray J, I think they once were cool at some point in time, but doesn't seem like they're cool anymore. Suge had some scathing things to say about Ray J in the aftermath of his comments, recent comments with, Diddy and his sons and stuff like that. And so now Ray J is coming out, and according to the reports, Ray J is claiming that Suge Knight not only sexually
423 people has voted.
But a woman as well. Now, according to this report in the Hot News Hip Hop,
74% says yes.
Share and subscribe to the channel as y'all come on in. Let's get those likes up as y'all come in the building. Ray J, who previously blasted Suge Knight, according to this report, for claiming that he and Diddy were lovers and that he took things down even further, as Ray J has gone viral various times as of late for his comments on the Diddy situation, and so has Suge Knight. However, the two's commentary on Sean Combs' allegations resulted in an unexpected crossover, which they are now going to war over. Now, during his recent conversation with Piers Morgan, Suge Knight claimed that Ray J and Diddy were lovers.
Frankie and Johnny were
as caught by Live Bites on Instagram, Ray J accused Suge Knight on his live stream of allegedly sexually assaulting multiple men
and women.
Now, and I quote, he says, "I'm talking about Suge Knight taking in ninjas, not Diddy." He says he was talking about Suge Knight when he said that people's behinds was getting taken. Now, Ray J alleged concerning Suge Knight that Suge is a big ass blank taker, right? For men. He says a real taker. And he says, and he can't deny this. He says, we used to go to the store and get Suge blank. And he said he used to take them back and he used to shove them up these ninjas, you know what's, and F them, is what he said. He says in females, it was crazy. He says in females too, it was crazy. He says, I can't even believe that I said that. As Ray J continued his allegations against Suge Knight.
But did he say we used to? Hold on.
And trying to say something.
Did he say we used to?
Of allegedly sexually assaulting multiple men and women. Now, and I quote, he says, I'm talking about Suge Knight taking in ninjas, not Diddy. He says he was talking about Suge Knight when he said that people's behinds was getting taken. Now, Ray J alleged concerning Suge Knight that Suge is a big ass blank taker, right? For men. He says a real taker. And he says, and he can't deny this. He says, we used to go to the store and get Suge blank. And he said he used to take them back and he used to shove them up these ninjas, you know what's, and F them, is what he said. He says in females, it was crazy. He says, and females too, it was crazy. He says, I can't even believe that I said that. As Ray J continued his allegations against Suge Knight. He says, but since you're trying to darken my name, Suge, and trying to say some, gay-ish about me, when you know I got a lot of gay friends, but we know what hoes like you. What hoes you like? He said, what hoes you like is what Suge said. I mean, what Ray J said about Suge. Now, Suge used to take ninjas. Suge Knight, you're not my friend. You're not my family, says Ray J. You have disrespected the gay community. You have disrespected me by saying false stories. And I'm going to just tell the truth, bro. I've never seen a bigger homosexual than Suge Knight. He's an ass lover, says Ray J. Now, he goes on to say that Ray J also specifically responded to Suge Knight's claims about him and Diddy. And he said, now Suge is trying to say that me and Puffy are lovers. He says, that me and Puffy are lovers, bro? He said, really? That's how long you want to go? Or how low you want to go? He said, Suge, Ray J, and Puffy are lovers, is what he said. And then he said, Suge is disappointing me and letting me know that Suge is a complete blank. He said, I never thought I would say that Suge is a blank because I've always had Suge's back, and I don't mean ass. He says, unbelievable, Suge, for you to showcase how dirty and dark you are, and I've been supporting you even through the dark times, is what Ray J said, right? So Ray J has been getting into it lately with Suge Knight a lot. He got into it with Suge Knight's son back in February, where Suge Knight's son challenged him to a fight and wanted
Do you need $300?
Square off with him. And now you had Suge Knight putting Ray J on blast, saying that Ray J has something going on with Diddy. And basically he also, and Suge Knight, that interview did go viral. I forgot to tell y'all that. That interview Suge Knight did, where Suge Knight, he basically made some allegations about Ray J and Whitney Houston. Right? He made some very serious allegations. And he basically said, he questioned Ray J, you know what I'm saying, on that whole situation, right? Now, for you guys who don't remember, Suge Knight basically was trying to say that Ray J was involved in the unaliving of Whitney Houston. Now, I'll let you guys hear that if y'all didn't remember what that was said. Now, this was what Suge Knight has said about that, with that situation. Now, he did this on the Art of Dialogue channel. Shout out to Art of Dialogue.
Ray J.
Shout out to Dialogue and you too.
Makes you commit suicide or something.
What?
I'll be lying if I say your life don't mean nothing to me, because it do. And knowing you.
Please hit the like button so I don't have to pause it.
Ray J, you was born in 81. You said Tupac came to your 21st birthday. How is that? If you born in 81, and your 21st birthday had to be around 2002 or somewhere along those lines. I passed away and went to heaven in 96. Where are you going with this? Another thing, Ray J. You posted a thing up there when you came to visit me in prison, and you mentioned me because of whatever y'all was doing in the car, and to do a book deal. On the phone was recorded. It's a book deal. So how you wanted to do. So I agreed to do that. The lawyer left out with the paperwork. Just like the paperwork you posted. At the same time, another gentleman doing some activities in the car. That's why you weren't allowed to come in. They came to talk to me and was going to go back and get you. They said, y'all was on some weirdo shit. I ain't going to put that out there, but you know what it is. And you know what they said it is. At the same time, that's the proof. Show you. How they got out of jail, that was a whole nother lie you lied on everybody about. on these shows and you go on these live things and you try to interfere with my family got going on, I'm gonna show you how grown people do it. Lori gonna sue you for $200 million. Am I right? Also, Lil Ray, you need prayer, Lord. Everybody should be praying for you. You should double down to make sure you do like predatory drug testing every day. I've only seen you in the system for I guess 2 days. That's what I heard. Every day. And the church says take the wheel. It'll drive you back to safety. You got a gangster like this. Also, everybody speak on left eye. Tupac was definitely not his teenage voice. Left eye is the home. Lisa. Nina, that's what he called her. Really close to me. Really a great person. Everybody talking about Afro situations, left eye situations. These are things that people talk about and never been in their presence, never met them, or was not there. You run across a few things, right? Because a motherfucker treats you with respect. Bring you around. It's not for no clown shit. Start a warning now. Fame circus. It's some clown. It's not too late. People should do stories about their own life, my life. Quite sure it's some interesting things that you guys can put together and tell your story. It's for me to tell my motherfucking story. When it comes to the part where you talk about I had a problem 3 times because of me, it's a lie. Let's talk about some facts. Whitney Houston. It's on your hands. I remember the conversation. She thought I'm not was in the toilet. She didn't even say your name. She just used a term that any little brother bringing me drugs and doing drugs with me. Any little brother trying to kiss me and do drugs with me. Next thing you know, he's dead. You brag about all these phone calls recorded. You brag about how Snoop killed you and told you he's a part of the people who put bread and killed Tupac. That's why they don't mention Tupac's name in none of your interviews, because you fuck with the motherfucker Snoop who said he had something to do with it. So Snoop was involved in killing hip-hop best all-time artist. You was involved in killing the best female vocalist that ever did it, Whitney Houston. So to get your ratings to go up, or other hip-hop, whatever the fuck that is,
oh wow.
gotta do big rather talk about that. That alone speaking volumes. I wish all y'all says have nothing negative or bad to say about nobody I know. But I will tell the truth. I want the world to understand that
be happy.
These people done sold their soul to the devil.
You know, I think set Ray J off was when he said that he had involvement in the death of Whitney Houston. And Suge Knight also said he was going to file a lawsuit against Ray J. I don't know what's going on with that. But Ray J has now come out and stated that, you know, he's alleged that Suge Knight had both sexually assaulted various men and women, you know, in the, I guess in the industry, you know. And he basically went live and said it. Ray J went live. Now, when Ray J says stuff, people don't know whether to take Ray J serious or not because Ray J
will lie.
Is the type of guy who
clout.
How we say it. Ray J is the type of guy who he seems like he exaggerates things a lot. You know, something's not right with Ray J. You know what I'm saying? Ever since he was a younger guy, he just ain't been right after that Kardashian stuff. Now, you understand what I'm saying?
Did you break Ray J in?
Ray J to be saying this like this
Sure.
is definitely the situation going on.
Wow, y'all.
So we're gonna hear what he said. Let me let y'all hear it. Matter of fact, let me let y'all hear this. Hold on. Because I want y'all to hear this. What he said. Because what he said, it is going viral. What Ray J said about Suge. Now again, when you listen to what he said, everybody's gonna make their own determination
Hey, D.
on how
Ferguson.
y'all feel about it. You know what I'm saying?
DeQuario.
Things are being taken in ways that nobody can explain. I said that on the national news. Shit went viral. And guess what? Niggas thought I was talking about Diddy. That's why I got into it with his son. So they come press me. I'm like, bro, mind y'all business. Y'all don't even know who I'm talking about. Then I'm talking about Suge, bro. I'm talking about Suge taking niggas, not Diddy. Suge is a big ass raper taker for men, bro. I mean, a real taker. And he can't deny this, bro. We used to go to the store and get that nigga like 25 sticks of like butter, parquet butter, the sticks. He used to take them back and he used to shove them up niggas' ass and fuck them, bro. And females, it was crazy, bro. I can't even believe that I said that, but since you trying to darken my
So that mean that
say some gay shit about me when you know I got a lot of gay friends.
he was down with it though.
Community supports me, so you know, like I'm bulletproof unless my dick been in that hole, and if it was, then I'll be celebrated even more because now I'm like one of the flyest gayest niggas out, but I can't take that credit.
But you was down with it when he was doing it. You went got the butter.
When you know that my dick's only going in pussy
If
holes,
it's
bro.
true.
It's crazy, bro. But we know what holes you like. Every hole. You was fucking bitches in the ass, niggas in the ass, bitches in the ear, the nose, everything, bro. Like, forget being gay, you was like nose.
But you was okay
You
with
was like
it.
ear, nigga. I don't know what that's called. Fucking people in the ear? What sexuality is that? Okay, so, and I want y'all to click this.
But you was down with it.
Like, I don't know if you saw Pulp Fiction. When he had
Hello, Julia. Little Wayne has a video where he was talking about having his written taken at 12.
And you know, it's crazy because Suge had this other thing. It's called handlebars. He used to strap it onto the nigga, and then they got the handlebars like you riding on a bike. Think about it, like a waist trainer, and then the handlebars on the side. They used to grab the handlebars and then take the niggas, bro. Like, we'll be right back. More Suge Knight. You are not my friend. You're not my family. You have disrespected the gay community. You disrespected me by saying false stories, and I'm gonna just tell the truth, bro. I've never seen a bigger homosexual than Suge Knight. He is an ass lover. And I want y'all to...
That's crazy, man. So I don't know what's going on with Ray J, man. It seems like he do a lot of trouble.
It sounded like he told your secret.
Stuff like that. But,
And you being petty. Cause he said he petty, right, y'all?
You know, him and Suge been going at it. You know, him and Suge definitely.
He say he petty.
Sure. Suge probably do another
So
interview sometime soon.
if
They'll
he
probably
wouldn't have
address
told by you and
these
Diddy,
allegations. I think it's gonna
you
get
wouldn't
real
been
ugly
you wouldn't be
between Suge
doing
Knight and
this.
Ray J.
You only
'Cause I don't
doing
think
this
Suge's
because
gonna
he
let it. I think it's
told
gonna get real ugly.
he outed you and Diddy.
And then again, like I said before,
Can we believe Ray J?
He basically changed up everything, the way he was talking in the media. I would say after that.
But do I
incident
believe?
with Diddy sons.
Because
So
even when Diddy's sons was coming after Ray J, him and Suge wasn't going at it at that time. So why would he have been talking about Suge? They wasn't going at it at that time. And even let's hypothetically say they was, which they wasn't. He didn't come out then with these allegations now. He could have came out then, right? When they came trying to put hands, feet, and toes on him. Knowing that you've been at our house, at our parties, and you've been interacting with my dad, and now he locked up and he got these allegations on his back. You want to come out and know Diddy when you been Diddy. If it was about Suge, then that would have came out then, but it didn't. It didn't come out until Suge told Joe Dirt and brought up Whitney. And you was there. This is just gonna implement a lot of people. And again, y'all, we still got 3, 4. This is going into the 4th week. Come tomorrow. It's going into the 4th week, and it's supposed to be 8 weeks. They ain't even got to the white parties yet. I mean the real freak offs. What they calling freak offs, that was he was making her out of a porn star. He had made her his personal porn star, baby. When she messed up on that song, hi XX Rage, hello, D-Rock and KK are next. Yeah, they better. And for the people who still think that they ain't proved Rico, they've been done. I wasn't supposed to talk about that on this one, but they've been done prove Rico. Hey, Big Pressure. Ooh, my head hurting, y'all. That was ooh. I had no idea we was gonna go down this rabbit hole right here. But I had said that females were predators too. And I remember Danny Boy, but with Mary. I ain't know nothing about Joelle's. And hell, if Suge wouldn't have brought her up, setting up one of Bad Boys guys for Dr. Dre to take that. You see how one thing goes into another, that goes into another, and folks be wondering why I be saying shit is full circle. They don't have nothing to do with their shit. Shit, you a lie. But I did know the reason Suge Knight, of all people, even though old Capricorn said that Diddy had issues with her because of Suge. Why was he saying, I think he should walk? I ain't saying he didn't do all that stuff, but he needs to walk. I think he should walk. Yeah, because y'all was doing some of the same things. Now, I didn't know that you was pissing in cups and shit, and I didn't know that. Thanks for letting us know that everything, just about, and I do mean everything, that was going on over there with Diddy was going over there with Shuge. He had females. What I call them? What I call his mama? Madams. Pimping folk. You had old OG girls. Grimy, as you put it. Hell, I said she was giving him the cookies. She said, oh no, baby. He said, shit. I've been making dudes try to juice it. That old lady had some special skills. She had a throat out of this world. Y'all knew I was finna say something crazy, didn't you? What was that song? Neck work. You gotta work that neck. Woo! He said, baby, now I like men now. I came on out the closet, but baby, back then when I was a kid, I ain't know what, but I knew that right there. That right there was amazing. At 15, she was a predator with some good head, y'all. That's just the bottom line. Fun boys. Whether he liked their head or not, I'm just thinking all she gave him was some cookies. She said cookies was not my expertise. The juicy effect was. Lord have mercy. Is he finished? Lord, let me go. Cause
some people suspecting, they got something on Ray J. You know what I'm saying? We never know what
they telling on each other.
Outside looking in, but it's just crazy now how you see it.
Right, but this is crazy.
You know what I'm saying? Because it was a time I think that it was cool.
When he got locked up, he left death row in his hands to continue to collect money for him. He trusted him. Well, what done happened? Cause I guess he said, cause he all up. But you've been knowing the Frankie Black, Frankie White, and Jay, Frankie and Johnny was lovers. So why are you bringing it out now? Huh? And y'all both are saying free Diddy. I don't think he need to go to jail. What he did do these things, but he don't need to go because y'all asses don't want to get hit with racketeering. Y'all don't want to get hit with the same charges. But listen, Boosie done already said they finna come swoop y'all asses up on the back end. And so whether y'all believe it's Rico or not, it's Rico and they coming. So I guess when they contact you, you don't want them to not know about Ray J because he trying to act like his hands is clean and he licking everybody's. Oh, I can't say that. Let's finish this up, y'all.
Ray J say 26 of butter and stuff like that. That's why people
26 of butter.
And, just trying to be disrespectful. But it is what it is.
And if let's just say this, if you went got butter for him to stick up in somebody's butt, I hope you know that you put yourself into a racketeering case with him. If it comes to that, because you just said that you went got the butter for him to for him to butter up males and females. See how slow people are. This man over here is trying to say, nah, I don't think Diddy need to go to prison for this. He mad because he said what he said. Now he's saying I'm a co-conspirator because we went and got the butter for him to butter up whoever he was sticking the red bucker of butter up their rear end. You, Ray J, just made yourself a co-conspirator, trying to be petty, trying to act like a female and get your lick back. You just put yourself into being a part of the 8 because you knew what you was going to get the butter for. Again, this is why I say I understand now why a lot of my people are locked up in jail. I get it.
Ray J said,
you tell on yourself.
He said that if you're looking at a
you let somebody bait you into implementing yourself.
So Ray J obviously got an issue going on with the Kardashians too. You know what I'm saying? Now, for him to go into detail about that, it would be.
And what you think gonna happen now? You don't think Suge ain't finna be petty and give us some more information that we didn't know? Instead of you just saying, I ain't finna respond to that. He can say whatever he wants to. I ain't responding. I know me and that dude weren't lovers. If it didn't come out Diddy mouth, Kim, was he there? was it a threesome? See, you know what I'm saying? See, that's what I would say. But I'm a female. I'm supposed to be petty. AunTeaFee, why you so? Because I'm a female. And I ain't in denial of female ways. We are petty. We are conniving, manipulative. We are those things. Until God comes in and changes you. But by nature, yeah. And I'm going to tell a female. That's why we probably don't get along. That's probably why I have more guy friends than female friends. Because I recognize our traits. It just is what it is. But I expect that from females. I know what to look for in females. Now, I just don't like seeing it in men. I'm not going to compete with no man being petty. I'm just not. And he came out saying that that's what he was. I am. And because you are, you just implemented yourself. I mean, am I glad you did? Yeah, kind of. But you know, I guess the gang in me, the gangster in me saying, why would you? And if I was just really gang like that, oh Lord, the lip, that gun, I'll be. Let me hush. But I start telling on myself. But no, you couldn't. Right, this right here, you couldn't roll me. Because anytime I say or do something that pisses you off, you gonna act like a female. I know not to have them around me. See what I'm saying? I know they want what I want, and they want who want me. I know that. I know that. But I don't know how to handle no man with the same characteristics. And you supposed to be a man. I don't know how to do that. And that just may be my problem. You understand? I will accept that. But that right there, what he did, has a cause and an effect. And I would not be surprised if he hadn't been touched, Ray J. I would not. And it may have come from him. But I do, at this point, believe that him and Diddy were booty buddies. Because if not, and when his sons tried to check him, was from to tag that ass, he would have said that message was to Shuge, and he didn't. He didn't. So let me finish this up, because this is going to get ugly.
Give more detail of why he said that. I think a lot of people will be interested in why he said that.
Why did he say it?
The Kardashians. He would give more details, but again, man, you guys, y'all let me know what y'all think.
Yeah,
man.
he shouldn't have never said it.
The situation that's going on with Ray J, man. Hey, y'all smash the like button too. Let's get over 1,000 likes.
Yeah.
He been going in on Ray J. He basically blamed Ray J.
Ray J done something. Let me say this. He has obviously done said something. He done played it too close. He trying to play the end against the middle. He done something for Suge Knight to be going in on him and telling some of his secrets. And so now, and I'm not saying that Suge ain't went up in somebody, because even when he told on Dr. Dre, he, yeah. Cause a real man ain't just finna sit there and watch y'all. I don't care unless it is a cult. And this is what y'all do. Why would y'all be sitting there watching Dr. Dre going in and out of somebody from Bad Boys? How can you say this ain't the first time that Dr. Dre? So that means that y'all don't sit there and watch him butter, I can't even get it out. Butter up, make a butter cake somebody. So y'all just sitting there watching it. So y'all asses is in the corner, just like Diddy, stroking y'all, with your strong hand, watching Dr. Dre, butter cake somebody. Yeah, because I don't know no real man that's going to sit there and watch no man porn, whether he being aped or not. Because y'all was a part of a ape. Y'all watched him. Y'all beat him up. A baby pool. A baby. Yeah. I'm going to call theirs butter cake. Because he said he went and got 10, 20 sticks of butter for him to make a butter cake. For Dr. He said you had butter. You. You said Dr. Dre had some made him drink some pineapple Kool-Aid. Y'all all peed in the cup and fed that man some pineapple Kool-Aid. And then Dr. Dre, you brought up having sex with him. B-plug. And Dr. Dre said, shit. I run up and I'll beat that cake. Yeah, that was your idea. You should have paid. Yeah, it's some shit. So y'all East Coast, West Coast again. Y'all both doing the same shit. That's why you saying he don't need to go to prison. Yeah, because if Rico hit him, it's coming for y'all. That's why Boosie said, y'all don't see it's coming. They gonna get us on the back end. Well, hell, that's what you did to whoever on Bad Boy. Y'all went up, y'all got his back end, didn't you? Shit, I mean, y'all asses is in trouble, boo. And I don't know why you feel the need. Well, I'm glad y'all telling on each other. Keep telling. Hell. He knew butter. He knew better. That butter cake. I don't want no butter cake no more. I don't want no butter cake. I'm actually sick to my stomach. This information. Yeah, this is crazy. This is crazy. I knew about Dr. Dre, though. I definitely knew about him. Did some disturbing. I knew about Dr. Dre, baby, a long time ago. But all this Danny boy and, all of that and him telling on him. It is reach around people. Shout out to Snoop Dogg for at least saying, y'all, we don't have to do this. And Dr. Dre said, shit. Shit. I tagged that ass.
Insurance company may ask you to sign.
And he said he beat him up a little bit.
What the hell you back, my man? The floor is yours, man. I know some things you want to address. So
this is our last one, y'all.
It's just crazy how when you try to do something positive, it always comes back negative. And
these two going at it.
I did a lot of things in my life.
I would not be surprised if he didn't break in.
The more you try to
Ray J.
be positive with God, the more some of these widows want to lie. What I mean by that, I treated Ray J like a man should treat a younger man. And for him to go on Glad or this other guy's show, and he asked me questions, and I said, look, don't go on nobody's show talking about the real death row, Tupac, or myself. And the reason why I said that, because he wasn't around then. You know, Ray J went to home study. He didn't go to elementary school, junior high school, high school. He was a child actor.
Yeah, I need 10 likes. Come on.
And to go on there and speak on stuff, even when it comes to Snoop, Ray J, all these calls are recorded. All the stuff we be talking about, and y'all
Butter booty boys.
Snoop said he had something to do with the homie and all this, and Baby Styles. Everybody throwing gossiping, playing these games. I tried my best to be a bigger man, even to forgive every person I could possibly forgive and move on in my life.
Well, Shuge, can you ask the people can you ask them to forgive you? The people that you have traumatized, that you have aped, male and female? Sir, while you are trying to get your life together, and trying to do things differently, coming to terms, taking ownership, you are in the art of forgiving. I need for you, sir, to ask for forgiveness. Yeah, I need for you to understand that the people that you violated, respectfully, the people that you have violated without any blame, need for you to take ownership that what you did to them, they did not deserve. There was something that was wrong with you. And I'm sorry. Nothing else needs to go with that. None of that, this, no. I violated you. I'm sure I traumatized you. And I'm sorry. And I hope this leads to your healing. People who have been traumatized need to hear that. They don't need to hear you make excuses for your actions. So I'm cool with you getting your life right with God, taking ownership of some bad things that you did, forgiving some people that you feel like have trespassed against you. But the people you know that you have violated need that same respect. That's how people heal. That's how they heal. Now, whether they forgive you or not, that's between them and God. But you do your part. You do your part. Own it. No excuses. I was wrong. I was sick. And I'm sorry.
To say about Snoop, I wasn't saying nothing at all. I know he didn't want it, because he wouldn't be on the run. But when all you guys tell me, everybody play both sides, and let him be talking and recording, and when he goes and y'all had y'all little joke, murder was the case, the murder for hire, Tupac, rest in peace, what that mean? Because y'all pounding y'all chest about it. Ray J. The reason why I started in Can-Am, the reason why I started in Can-Am, and it's a situation where I had to find a studio where I could build out a bedroom, a bathroom, a shower. Since you idiots don't know, I had house arrest. So I figured if I'm going to do house arrest, I would be doing it at the studio before I can work. I know everybody claimed they was in the studio, but we know who's in the studio. So I need to be there. That being said, Ray J, as my homie I love more than anything, rest in peace, Pooh Rider, the one used to call you Ray Dog. Now I'll get to that in a minute. Brother Rim was not done at Can-Am. It's the Plats, it's the studio to show where it was done at. Doggy Star wasn't done there. The Chronic wasn't done there. Only album was technically really done there was All Eyes on Me. And Ray J, you've never been in the studio with us, nor Pop. Never. When it comes to anybody in my past, everybody got a problem with the past because today they live in a lie.
This call and/or telephone number will be monitored and recorded.
Anything you check, you're going to see the credits on that album. Anything you see made that company, you're going to see who made that company. But when it comes to Ray J, you saying you got my life right. Let me tell you something, little boy. Now I'm going to tell you the truth. First of all, now you playing with my kids and my family. So we're going to play with yours. So you say you got my life right, and you trying to mess up the money that my family gets.
Here we go.
Now I'm going to sue your little punk ass.
Oh, okay.
And I'm going to get every dime you get. Every dime your mama hide for you and everybody else. Now let's break it all the way down. I love Danny Boy. Danny Boy not my biological son, but I always loved Danny Boy as a son. So you get up there and say that you didn't know Danny Boy was gay. Ray J, you knew Danny Boy was gay when Danny Boy was slipping and sliding. What I love about Danny Boy, he owns it. And I'm proud of him for that. And I'm not running for that. That's who he was. That's who he is. Now, I call Pooh Rider like we all call Pooh Rider that. All of us who know him and love him. Because Pooh was a rider. I'm going to say this, I'm going to get off you, Ray J.
No
you
Diddy.
You call him Pooh Rider.
No Diddy, right?
Because you know he was riding. You.
Ah!
All those things you said about...
He said, because you know he was riding you. Is that what he said?
Because you know he was riding. You. All those things...
Oh, wow. Pow. Joanne said. Pow. Pow. Shots fired.
Pooh was a rider. I'm going to say this, I'm going to get off you, Ray J. But you called him Pooh riding.
Shots fired.
You know he was riding. You. All those things you said about Puffy and all what's going on, how Puffy was bragging about he had something to do with the homie not being here. And I'm telling you, this is a recording penitentiary phone call. For you to record me, because I'm telling you, whatever I say once, I can say twice. Well, I told you, since you fuck with Snoop, you fuck with Puffy. You was living with Puffy. Y'all was sharing beds. I said, don't go in there talking about Pac, because you fuck with his enemies. That's what I said. I believe that a man should be able to forgive every person relying on me. I forgave them. Y'all been doing these shows, these podcasts. You fuck with Puffy. You was living with Puffy. Y'all was sharing beds. I said, don't go in there talking about Pac, because you fuck with his enemies.
He shot from a switch, a AK or something.
Phone call.
He let it off. Oh, Lord.
For you to record me, because I'm telling you, whatever I say once, I can say twice. When I told you, since you fuck with Snoop, you fuck with Puffy. You was living with Puffy. Y'all was sharing beds. I said, don't go in there talking about Pac, because you fuck with his enemies. That's what I said. I believe that a man should be able to forgive every person relying on me. I forgave them. Y'all been doing these shows, these podcasts, telling lie after lie after lie. I'm going to say something about singing Danny Boy. And this ain't no disrespect. DB, you know what's up. But Danny Boy's a cold player, man.
Oh, yeah, he in there, too. That's who Diddy in love with, Jay-Z, allegedly.
In and out. Out and in. Seeing. Making them think they're a woman.
What?
So,
shut up, AunTeaFee. What?
Danny Boy in the bus. A woman. In and out. Out and in. Seeing. Making them think they're a woman. So everybody want to throw Danny Boy in the bus. I mean, like, oh, he was the gay one. Okay. Who was hanging with Danny Boy? Who was hanging with Puffy? And you know one more thing.
Oh, it's more?
It's like this.
Oh, Lord.
I ain't never known Danny Boy to lie. Now, Danny Boy might be like, oh, he was the gay one.
Oh, Lord.
Okay. Who was hanging with Danny Boy?
Is that what you're talking about,
Who was hanging with Puffy? Going in and out. I forgave them. Y'all been doing these shows, these podcasts, telling lie after lie after lie. I'm going to say something about singing Danny Boy. And this ain't no disrespect. DB, you know what's up. But Danny Boy's a cold player, man. All those dudes know Danny Boy in and out on him. In and out. In and out. Out and in. Seeing. Making them think they're a woman. So everybody want to throw Danny Boy in the bus. I mean, like, oh, he was the gay one. Okay. Who was hanging with Danny Boy? Who was hanging with Puffy? And you know one more thing. It's like this. I ain't never known Danny Boy to lie. Now, Danny Boy might get some shit confused and think somebody said something about him. He might go on one or whatever. But Danny Boy, Ray J, Young Buck,
Young Bud.
they say Baby Styles, E. It was some one of those other dudes.
It was Baby Styles,
Well, anyway.
Chris Styles.
Danny Boy telling them their face and said
Who
it
is
more
Baby
than once.
Styles?
Who get the best head better than the bitch?
What?
Number one.
What?
But Danny Boy, Ray J, Young Buck, they say Baby Styles, E. It was some one of those other dudes. Well, anyway, Danny Boy telling their face and said it more than once. Who get the best head better than a bitch? Number one. Danny Boy, I ain't never, like I said, I ain't never known him to lie. But at the same time, Puffy and Ray J was living together. When Corona came and everybody being quarantined, shit, that Miami Beach House, Store Island, was their playground. All of a sudden, when you try to get brownie points from these dudes, makes no sense. I was starting to figure that the more you try to be positive, the more they want you to be negative. I do. Wants to come home and be with my family. But I'm always going to stand on facts and on my hands. If y'all want to get dirty with it, and I ain't talking about that sex shit y'all be doing. I'm talking about the real live shit. It is what it is.
Oh, wow. Y'all, oh, Lord. Okay, I think I fed y'all enough today. Y'all, hi, Nancy. I'm lost for words. Let me speak to Nancy. Y'all, I'm finna, AunTeaFee, you lost for words? Oh no, let me say hi to Nancy. Y'all. That was a lot. I think we need the Lord. Can we go out on? I need thee, Lord. Oh, it's me and I need. Bless me now, Lord. My Savior. Yes, Lord. That's a lot,
just to be close to you.
Yes, Lord.
I need the
if you know you need the Lord. Yes, Lord. It's a cruel world out there. Yes, Lord. Yes, Jesus. I'll be back later, y'all, to get us prepared. What time is it? Almost 6. That was a lot. Thank you, Jesus. Maisha, we need to pray. Yes. Yes, Lord.
Just to be close to you, I need.
Pray for our kids. Pray for the adults. I can respect the fact that he is asking. for forgiveness in his heart for the people who trespassed against him. But he definitely needs to ask God to heal his heart and mind and ask to be forgiven for trespassing. And I pray to God that every one of them who were predators be exposed. My heart goes out to the victims. My heart goes out to the victims. And there's a lot of them. Male and female. And I do believe a lot of people are going to be exposed before it's over. So do I believe that it is a cult? Yes, I do. And I feel like people who were trying to get in the industry have been tricked into thinking that their talent and skills was just enough. And it's not.